Wednesday, January 10, 2024. And time is about gone 11 minutes past 1. And then you kwada. Opepon bosume na yewremwe. Nida etosudu. Afi empinu aduonu enai. Na mema nti dwumade ene se afi ko na wie ya me yasi afefufuro mu no. Yade eye mema nti no ebrewo. Mema nti dwumade me amedi ho chia me sa abre. Efra me ADAKABRI Mamudu osioma. Na production no enyina da eye panyin kwadwo da me ado ena sine na so. Yofase Mac Jerry ebono achi edom. Na na kwe friye ene se wo service emrante kwai emi no. Technical production so na abra frema abankro ene sine na so. Na ya asafo ebono achi edom. Eye engineering group no so eye achu agbo worker. Otiako na jare na aboaje woni gina pintin won na won so ebo eye achiri edom na fe yasan atena se na yahwe se eye facilities group no big solo na dada na Godfred ya fe na Ubrana na yaw na Sami omo so eye de be na ebo no echidom na Mills na ya fe na Tete so ewo ho na ni nyina mu ekokowie se afia yasimu no eye sankofa yenchi enunti na masan makọ akọfa eye misenia ko character eye mansa chiame Harrison Ford staff sergeant kwabna mafo kabne
Official
na de watimi abano na yane no eye dako na yetimi so ne free ba na nyese afi 2017 na ya kwa baby akwa tete ebi ko afuom ebi ko eyesum na so ebi ko ya maame akachi ebi ko papa akachi mun na nyori mun se mon preso afedi on na be ya bo akwa tete en ya visa ze brother do ba ya no ya ne ntam eye kama na ye nyina etimi sensi abontene eba kamera
over boko there
wani bie ni yakwemu
na bronya no
na bronya de bronya mi di bi 25th na afi na me nam Kumase me free Kumase bankran on the first na afi na me free Kumase bankran so
asan kura de mo anna
debi wo so de adwuma mi enu be chechere ho asa na te
yeah because on the Christmas na asan go fu otu kwa na programs ya go sorry
kamna nyasam kitwa from the 22nd of December be see and nesame kasai kwabna just nipa etu kwan no odwene ho a wonte ase 7 years ago kwabna VIP shase say apply Accra Tamale 7 years ago no na ba se fa nipa 34 no nipa enson ene ba se ne de shase so okotamale nipa enson no de shase so okotamale no ene odi Kumase kakra kan ho ene odi eye tachiman so by the time we do tachiman no na aka nipa enson pe now share the distance from eye tachiman to Tamale odi nipa enson pe ene odom kwe na kwabna enne se me no kase no yemfa nipa yemfa bosses less than 5 enko Tamale na no boss mako nsia ene ko Tamale. Wow. You ask yourself, say, dear na SCA, enti 7 years ago, we didn't pass 7, and I call Tamale. Then we did buses, Mako, and 34 times 6, you're saying, this was Bomame.
34 times 6.
And say, we have a coupon.
If I were bedding can't throw 36, no,
we,
over 36, no, was through. Na what draw 7 no form. Na we try enti o de 7 be kwa times 6 no. 717 72 14 73 21 74 28 75 35 76 41 I was you saying.
Nipa 204. A year 34 seaters times 6 of them. And a coin. Nipa na busa won say a dear naba.
Or fire Didier na and call for Yano. VIP no. I says will be patronize wade a etre se owotidie surunku bi ewo saa de kuro no on say ofa obehia me bia se me kodi fufu a na ye adwo ho etre se ya so no ahye adi no adi ehun se o one day ya dan a sei na obeye no yes enti gidi a nkofo anya no wo moduma no munti na ma nkofo patronize no p
say adwuma bia so no say you reinvest na be Mike mami say reinvest e wo adwuma no so
ena samo antoto mo nioma ye ya etre se management no nso atoto mo nioma ye of what must say management no nso atoto nioma ye ma de no aya attractive aya amanfo akono Emma obia pese o patronize bi
because kwabena ye kan no reinvestment in your business no very key.
Yes.
Na wo hwe reinvestment a adwuma wura nom ewo adwuma num tell no ka say ene January 10 and abagie de say 45 new buses are being registered.
Wow, look
at reinvestment into the business. Now uba VIP atnaye e was second. The whole building is being totally refurbished. Adwuma focus on more refurbishing the whole premises. Atuton konwa foforo aye bibia penti wo ama ba bia sunwanfo ne mamponfo tena to be rebuilt.
Adano me ba bia kumasefo no
tena no. On say danda and ye omo ye ya rewire edan biem and ya re-roof biem and a structural defects nyina no omo see ano esa penti ho nyina etoto nkonwa foforo edi TV foforo be bobo honom and now we sign the boss no san ebemu a you can imagine the aka ne say transformation no obi obeba asase no so bi o se kwabna ye kasa yie de kire no na ye di ebuo ede ma no na just we hunu say wono passenger no na ama adwuma no mu ayde atre enu nti ene yedi ebuo ema no aprosifo so ye bi aprosifo etimi eyi liaison officers a bas bi ebetu na aprosifo bem ebebe ne passenger fo ne kasa ne driver fo ne kasa ekira mo say ni mo ne driver ne nyeko oye bibi ne se nkoyi a monyina ma wei momfra ye na mo ya mane na ye hunu se de ebesi ne driver no aka no ne management aka road safety friends authority so by almost so no appointing road inspectors as our road inspectors no almost said ye ne say be check driver for behavior and no conduct on the highway ne passenger for relationship ni nyina ekom na dia edi mu no yes a second 10 years of the company no technology and strategy de ye adwuma no ene akwanuasa miensa so na ode ebeba beto take it no either say obenanti aba station wa ba beto take it no and now say there's an app no car bank for da wodoma the advert no kura bebro wona be advert no dia ma car bank for akofa third party Haptel Haptel no aye say wo betimi akọ wa nkasa phone da wonsem na wa bebe na wa buku say me pese that's up to 7 days that's me pese me ko tamale me pese me ko wa na wa nkasa bus ne photo no da de no so no wa choose seat kura opesa otena so na je say wonya tu sika anu ansa wodi code no wodi beju take it and now bit me a free telephone number sa telephone number we be mumu kumi said that say me be sene na me de akọ it is akwania sa me ensa no so no ama access to the boss no aye easy nti obi butu ne dem a na wa buku se mekọ na wa ye rest assured say obenya boss no so
anti ofo mu na ye wo mutumi dina ba bi twen bass ni dua na wa fa no no
bass ni dua na wa fa no enti ada say oba be gina John Teho ana wo gina pokiase frames oil ho amasamai bus stop wonom ana say toll booth wonom ana say ensawom junction ho total ho ana say wo gina adoagiri wode ko asaman kese ana say wo gina suhum puma honom highways na je say ana lenda dok obo free kofodia na ade nyina eba enti na je say di nyina ko hwie say ade ni mo tre ade ni mu tre
wafaya ebibifo ye problem ba ko ne say
ye challenge ba ko ne say
say obi adwuma na say adwuma no start say etumpon na sika ba sika no a eba no won fan tre adwuma no mu wo be no o de akoto ka kakraka bi no watim na wodi bi a divert koye real estate na wa divert no wodi bi kwa instead de say odi sika no be se adwuma no mu no na odi kwa koye bibi foforo nti bibi ni na se krempe na adwuma no igu
we de entene sa afi so ye eja wiase okohwe boss so ahodo a eja wiase akwaji a afi na online sense eye me maame eye nana amase wanya ko wusu 7 years ago eye nana amase wanya ko wusu 32 bosses na ewo dana bemu 7 years later no nana amase wanya ko wusu 110 buses. Wow. So you can imagine so Babesia when you reinvesting out of the 32 buses 7 years ago no when you reinvesting and then 110 buses kokohwe me papa Japan buses see one more omre na nyina na kabo mu ene other non directors in kabuma make us 45 new buses and omo register in January. Wow. So omo bie another station e wo Kumasi amana ko peripheral towns etwa Ashanti region ho ehia so that omo betimi yi some of the buses no apply on the longer route no ache no so mom nkonko apply shorter route na buses na ye new no apply at the longer route. This is what they propose to do this year. To expectation is say nipa no ye adwuma wo mu no abana ombe transformed na omotimi any passenger for akasa eyie na fesu book hwan load some near the car under the belly no na yetimi atete so na driver for so adi yie driver for di yie na transportation
driver for ni ni anigi a of a bus no kura wonam no akoto atwene driver ne womu a eba no nso nkasa yie ya of ade ba ko a obi ye ma obi ya bubefu pa ne se wo wa so de afiri wo fie na wo kwa akoto ade na nipa na wo koto ade wono ebe disrespect
na kutasika no so
because obi wo wa obetumi afiri amasaman abeto wa ache wa beka junction
efiri se enoma koyiye between woni wa ache wura no
good enti se oba na wo disrespect no a esenka yawo
disrespect ya chirechemu sentia
ewa ma fa ni dia manipa no obeto ade
eto bia nyese kasa kra na akasa enti no wa disrespect no wanim kura betimi aye no kura betimi akire se wumu no o disrespect no
so wa say uko sukusu wa nanaya
nanaya de nanaya ene to da ho botai no wada ho botai no
uko wana sa uko abuo ni bia ya sadie wo musinya wo ho abotire mema ode ahe we mema we mani we ya we pe we o da bi me mpe we yi firi me na fa we ba wo bi wo ho a na won kan entam na me mpesa ade no na mitina dom gumsu hu
na otete no ho
no otete no hu so
enti ade na yesu afiri afi we ya yasimu no sadie ye de nidie ebema atofo giving prices and arise here into price arise now otofo no oba beto a anidie be ne de ma otofo no
it's just like another ya na gutafo no buafu no minister for trade and industry KTM
Kobinata he
and was say edifo na form kaba na wo mu asada toto niamem sadie be ya ebegidin boniama na wo mu sukura yi na no se sabi pani nkasasa na ba ne se na edifo be hyeda se omu toto niamem na obi di age enim guase na rapport wo na be hye to a wo mu tua
Kwabena ede na mame kura me famfa so na ka kire Kwabena ta Hammond Kwabena ede na betimi aba make us a 45 new buses
what for do years
as at May 2023
last year
May no 2023 no
the same boss no now we try up to 150,000 cedis May you one boss
and you one boss
150,000 Ghana cedis
right
you one boss
and you one boss as at January me no ka say enura ye boss no bi kwabna 310,000 cedis
yay
kwabna we do bagiji me amafre ye friend say obukom ama ye no obukom adisankomo say the same boss no as at May 2023 na 150,000 cedis duty no
May 2023 the same boss of a boss there Zonton the same boss na ye yi ni duty no 150,000 Ghana cedis as at May
2023
okay and ye what January
must say no a year and also a year 310,000 cedis
310,000 cedis into percentage ni you saying
me busa me we percentage the men dem hunu busa mrantie no
of how the
mami
percentage no from 150 to 350 that's why you nimpimanim why you nimpimanim enti of why pa na betumi ayi ne niama e port wo who you niama wo port wo no mu a stress no how dagene kwadanda wo befam na wo beka say obi afom kaba na o ma sadama eniama bu okosoro but what say duty no what take duty no
enti say we na me bra ba ko wo hini ba go vinti ayesi ni abroni can you imagine say what me akoto car wo America $21,000 oto car $21,000 no but here they say duty near $40,000 airport
oto car no $21,000 ewa amanone ena odibedru Ghana no a oyi no duty ni say
$40,000 equivri be papa we say mama na
$40,000 na car no kroto ne say
$21,000
enti bone ben
meme bone
ben ena ofasa wo kan nso se obi kura nya aso e dia ma wetie wasem ankanya yo na wo koye registration e wo DVLA fra wo mu na bisa wo mu of stress se nipa na tukwan nipa oton kan no ma wo no se we tukwan no woni ha no woni Ghana card ya eno ano no kan aka ena omo ya de no so a omo mu obi amane and one say ubedu ho no ne yatam de ahye wo ene se ka bo se ma jeri de wono so na juma awoye no bisa ne se duty ayetua yi ka etisen enya ka nko a na wa wo ko register wo ka kura wo be se tue sika kire se wo ka
na woni say insurance so ya sa tutum
look at this
etiene no Okopo won asem se nkrofo makopolo yi ukoji eye insurance makopolo no a comprehensive 1 year and also 60,000 cedis
hey
ai eti mimi eti kokamna enam hosa o enam hosa
entina gutafo kachire ketia mo se wanka ne hie
so ya na eho ahomete papa
ya dia wode ai na buro ba kan no ono an wode ayemnwon ba ye na nipa kwa akoyi ka na wo be kwa akodru port nipa kwa akoyi ni container na wo be dru port na sa wo hawwei ena nipa kro kwa akodemu a ofa ukoya na wo bai
ayese kwabna eto na o se agigi wo ma we mu yesa madwene ikoso ne se ese yenye innovative say yebehwa ma obi atuato ne bi ena wo mu a wo mu se ombekra no mabaga na abeton no wo mu ne nam se wo mu dina ko book mu nti no wo mu na ye yire wo mu de ahoma so wo mu mene say yedan ya ne di wonum se yeda ho ge eye covid to airport abra China time covid isu twa ye pe instantly ne de ba ye say bibia etuo bia ya associated with covid bia no yentwam
of my kura
etuo bia ya associated up to date no yeda ho gigi covid ho related taxes
of am koto pizza say awo me sankwala no me
na wo na woni bi
me
u cheese kura de cheese go mu
am bound the pizza and come another
asa
yeah
na cheese nka be fe
Nti yɛde krataa no a ewura ne te firi adeɛ no mu no maame no na wote a wotwɛn nti mehwɛ bɔ ɛna bibi ya me so me nsa nkrataa no so
ɛto ebetua atwɛn na me nkɔ uhunu mia na me nana no na me nanan ka bia boss bia wobehunu no wo Akra Kumasi highway so Kumasi Esremu highway so yatwero car nanim Sylvia na che se nana dia na nana ba your friend Sylvia na nana sika Sylvia pe na what dedicate ni sika dia ma no na aka bema menya no a obeware Sylvia no ne Sylvia be ka bomu na nana ntena nchen na won fa adwuma ni nyina hye Sylvia ene bema meme na wa no na no buko michia wo nana michia oh na no buko mata what today akono misomo pe nana fama mi nana and so
man tinentem
wan tinentem what jijini baba so jijini baba so jijini baba so jijini baba so
odino krope
odino krope so na ne ba no so so uduru akoti a wonu akoti
gomu
akoti no afa ne bonkum so de ko ojobi
ojobi ho
enti ho na nana di akonwa enti e pe na obuku mata so edika bia be hia no boss bia twere ne mu Sylvia no nse ye nana so teacher no so we de gomu afua
ya dima ya ni aye die mu
wa wo die mu
ya ni aye die mu
ga branti yembe gomu ani na enware Sylvia na say wan enware Sylvia
wa fa yese ukuro mu petedi una mu abika
ndi yema gomu anyi bi nwa no
but se nipa ni suban ya na mfa ho ba bi a wofi se suban ne ya ebusua wofure mu ne nton a wo bɔ ne kasa a wo ka aya na nka hu hia ofa Ghana mmebunu nya brank wo mu bɛbɔ wahu nipa yo nipa nya bra ofa nka wo bɛbɔ but wo sha sadie ayi no aya no a aya na ha dene because what there wo pepa say as young man, young boy, unko bokro no, unko fu obi ade, but also be try to me make ends meet. Inti kakra nkra bi a wonsa besoso no. Na se ukọ akọ nneema aba. Na wa ba beton. Na se stress ya ye do be famini a. Ukọ ya na wo bai. Sometimes ofa ya asofo ni binum kasa. Na mama ya mfa sobo am aban na ye ne ya mlemu ya nso ye ho ya nsesa ye suban me da sesa mi suban wo port ho me da sesa mi suban wo port ho me wo pepa se me nso me kwa akokra cast ya ba na me yin nkakra nkra me ton a ka ma menya sempo ankapre me ma mi benya bi me papa benya kakra
me
anu benya bi
ma me ne me nana nkasa amene me nanam kasa nana obukom ata otodo akono nana me chia wo me nana hello nana
so
nana nampocho ho tede no
ya me na dumo
you the kwabramafu na menyene ya kwabre susu mfantinya o free prasos dem dwukwa ho na ose me nkonkopa ebusuye panyin wo ahemfie na yemfa nkoto na enyim na se emakwana ya ba be ye Sylvia no ho azeda ma na eyebu ane den
Baba mako Baba abada ho ntu ba samo ho
oh nana afiaso na yezizi ye ho nkomo na nana ye kade gutafo wasin ministers in there wanted to normal do na one na waka bom na warm and normal boy yezen na one so wo buan there and the port duty na ze allied charges no wa akosoro yes yanko hwe one na walk boss de bagana mpo eco last May 2023 abo ayeje one no and December January ye boss ifufuru no abo no wa akosoro awo so na akwadere wo agent ejuma emu a licensed agent. Yes, Yemrana, I was also do a port one. Chichimuka Crafatcher, Yanana.
Offer, what the camera down said, Mamma, we're careful so official part. No question me, Morocco go port. The difficulty, more you do when you exchange rate. No question me, dollar na, yadi yuma or port. As far as the oil control, no, due to the year they are due to the Bokoso. Now, more how I think a simple day due to no cost, in the shipping line tonight, you want to get more Hano. Also, what charges them work or so. And see, you can the container, 40-feet container, Nanka, you pay 8,000 per container, you pay when you're maba. Since I would pay 13,000, 14,000. Ni na dollar na work or so. Now, yes, and there. Last May, ye bus na it's 200 and something thousand Ghana cedis. This time round, it's 300 and something thousand. And yet they do in a while, but exchange rate, you know, there will be a friend CIF. Answer about your duty, you know, there will be a friend F will be free on board. Now it will fit, no insurance, only na what friend CIF. Na CIF no osande oye value no makes more than say dollar no kostra na say a big ball they multiply by the CIF na the bomb the CIF na ayekase nti oyekasa na CIF no so ye reduce duty ni na afi nti oyekasa automatically duty no so ayekase nti emeze I'm saying that quantia you for draw. There, I've been what to do, I've been what to do, whatever it is. Dollar no what the work since you say dollar na getting it more how about say OP says or 11.8 something. The dollar number even 6 or whatever rate no up or lower due to need that duty on your shipping line charges and to go to for sure what's now they will top it instantly. And see, I'm saying that for quite far and a mondiala you go to dollar now you have to calculate duty war on my woman. Open your way to mama what before on another day until they ever yet because you have a holidays no 11.5 something. You pay 11.8 something. So you could see that all cost so in a big way of what to be also is affected. No so. It is a visa there. Ever never one. I did say able to my dollar no or there went.
It problems are your war. You retain Kaka wo port ho. Nina your dollar na or depreciate by the day na you calculate your duty.
Online. I said annual. Obiani will work be different from what I'm telling you.
It is your dollar na or year 11 point something no. Say ye been your announcement there. Dollar no yazama $1 to 6 cedis. Automatically prices were Ghana obeba foma.
Obeba foma instantly. Oma wo yi car, since every Electoral, every Mercedes Benz, mo car do many GMC terrain. Me trade you to 96,000 Ghana cedis. Since you said dollar number 6, much about 40 something thousand Ghana cedis. Automatically. That's not it. GMC terrain or 2016 model. Value na de I beg Yankopon boy of a more on the now dollar no costono yeah for no stand there dollar na costono yeah for no say what let me see hold on let me fix the document fix the document
I speak to the document Nana.
Hold on.
Port operator ba ko na edi nkomo ɛfa duty as a dollar no yɛde sisi nti no ama ɛnɔɔma a yɛyi no port no kɔ na ekuta ɛyɛ consequent wobɛka no sɛ relationship with prices a yɛde edge nti ɛno ho nkɔmmɔ no yɛdi na na yɛ ready a
my ready
nti ɛsɛ GMC terrain ɔyɛ small 4x4 na ɔyɛ sɛn CCL
over let's see me kasa GMC terrain 2017 model and dollar no yɛ 11.6 $11.8
11.8 at the port you calculate
port, yeah, that is Bank of Ghana rate now. So dollar no yɛ as 11.8 no it boa be CIF one more value insurance free on board, that is FOB. Assuming you get 20 million Ghana cedis. Now, the dollar ni sector, it 7 million Ghana cedis at CIF. So the 7 million they just come today. I'm telling you, 7 million by
Nana, this hair ride if we are 1 year boat na Uber na Yango naze. Avraba could no catch him there. What prefer the what the Toyota Vitz that was a bayer. But see, no, what the Uber naze into Toyota Vitz no need due to work or through up to 10,000 cities now.
More than that. More than that.
The duty on the Toyota Vitz also work or through astronomically.
Opa, Toyota Vitz, near there, what about don't see any do cost? Is the exchange rate? Is the exchange rate? You don't now or determine how many should come. BBI or port CBI exchange rate no determine the higher or the lower. Say Toyota Vitz. Now what on will come 35,000 Ghana cedis. Says the Toyota Vitz in about those $7 near 6 cities, na be a 5 cities, it be a 3 cities. No what we do at times 6,000, it be a 4,000, it be a 8,000. Says that Toyota Vitz due to over 30,000 Ghana cedis.
Toyota Vitz na nanka yet on 35,000 cities will crumo. Since you do to nature 30,000.
Yes.
It's not Toyota Vitz na.
And yes, I never some pa.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, small cars here, the show, who say, or may be bearded. Say, so what you talk because it says Vitz in town, no, I am more than 100,000. It's over 1 billion.
Toyota Vitz.
Yes.
Hey.
Because you know, a quarter Vitz in the wall. At times, will be Japan at the right hand. A bottom by $2,000 something dollars. Take $2,000 by 12 on them for you 200 and something million, 20 something thousand Ghana. And then one ship freight. Freight, that's the shipment cost. The shipment cost per bit is over $1,000. $1,000 is 120 something. That is 12,000 something. And then we'll go to a duty 30 something. And then we'll see from right to left. So now bit it's over 100,000.
Asampani.
It could take that the beer. I was so weird because I don't think we are going to go back.
Hey.
I don't think we are going to. And you're terrible, Wafa.
Terrible, dear, you're terrible, because you say.
Because one with the container, 40-feet container, they say a coffin fixture. Now you pay duty 20 something thousand, 30 something thousand. They say you pay 80 something thousand.
Hey, now, my calculation because now no minimum senior brony. Na senior brony I got to Range Rover US $21,000. I bet they buy near bomb and duty in almost $40,000. 8-cylinder Range Rover. I'm saying what me to car $21,000 for a year US. Now what you do to almost $40,000.
Yeah, Range Rover, minimum no. Yabama value after the time I can na have for. Na depreciate. You assume say you use. Until say you use more than 5 years, I depreciating 50%. Until depreciating 50%. Essence say because Range Rover no, nanka you duty 86,000. But the same with the Range Rover bar, we bet you duty 300 and something thousand.
Hey!
Papayana was one day I menya kwano. Me the evidential proof with documents. Baba na where you know sensitive nanka wecha na omani na ehu. Aje edi ewune dollar na yede ye adwuma wo habon. Say ya hu betonye na senka ye no quarterly. Oh, ebia ya peg dollar and na ye port there because they say you can say me sure say what a dollar will come no more than 13 cedis per dollar.
Hey!
Now, I'm saying, it's not a duty to young pagan and say, okay, yan be 8 cedis per dollar for 3 months. Now, after 3 months, I know 10 cedis per. Bibi sa, I know never ma. The so of your dinibia, you are ultimately determined on what say, me quack upon your way up. Me profit here 1 cedi and now 2 cedis. Ultimately, you cannot determine it. Because what you say, who papa no na dollar no. Everything. It's due to send over here.
Hey, tinana mame ne kura no na ubekọ na maheda ba besrew e wa hemfie na ya betena se na yetime edi sankomo we because who can we say yetime kas ya peg dollar na at say 5 cedis, at say 6 cedis, at say 7 cedis that instantly prices be back down e wo Ghana.
Instantly. And then ya make say ya that GMC terrain ya ye. And now ye in human baby ye. The dollar number 60 here. You know you tell 95,000. About 40 something thousand Ghana straight away.
That is almost 50%.
We will not waste time on next dollar now here bonny a bomb computer to see a dollar near 6 cedis per dollar in the system. You see the bank a bubble phone. I said walk to me be a bubble bang a bubble.
Nana to say ye can wo ye wadwuma wo san run transport. Ti me yen hwe say nana say akwaje brand new say Zonton de ama ni chief driver agio na Zonton wa kwakotua duty aye 300 and something thousand, almost there 350,000 cedis. Utua duty we na wasan betua insurance be 50,000 cedis per year comprehensive. Koba sheka anase no koba no de ye papa bia enye less than 6,000 cedis. Na wo de ato na wo de aba be run Accra Kumasi na wo de age 100 cedis times 34 passengers na Zonton be fa no. Initial outlay dollars do over $100,000 ade akoto boss 350,000 ade ye duty 60,000 50,000 ade ye insurance na o lodu so wo Kumasi be 7 years no nam kwam na okwa 34 times you saying 100 cedis 3,400 or about 3,400 no the be 3,000 to diesel na wo tuatua other like us na or the 3,000 brand and I say nana da be na abeti karika
Papa basa enam kromu ekọ Accra ni Kumasi sesia no ba ko ye $160,000 ube sesia duty ba ko de me yi ba ko me yi me no ne ya brasa ye tua for me no ne 495,000 108,013 cedis. Okani na abom na with the insurance na de beton one. Basa na ba ko ya $180,000. Wo run Kumasi na wo je ba ko 100 cedis na wo kai. Wo be you 9 years, almost 10 years and na wo timi tracker.
Hey nana
9 years, 7 months and na wo timi tracker. Enum pono America ina chese expenses are over here. Over to Koba Shase, with the Ayasa wedding, I lent it you Koba. Koba Shase, over to some oil. obey when and buy you. It is a say, Juma, VIP for ye or one. Say, ye be mean to mean you to where the be a platform. So, outright non-starter.
Bro, for the team, be outright.
Non-starter.
Right, non-starter. Just a human just say, yeah, to go keko.
And no. Outright non-starter, but Tessiano say, what shall Bass and do air condition all the way from Accra to Kumasi, 6 hours. Yaji Ghana. We feel like I say to me, I think that Ghana was the cheapest transport fare in the whole West Africa. In the whole West Africa. But I know a different debate. I will say we have to enter because a Jumano and ye Juma, but who Jack by day?
Who Jack? But as an name, so what should say 14 years ago, not that time, a year Usu Trossa, Chema Usu, a Jerry Japan, a Jerry Japan, a year Chema Usu. Almost yes, I did almost 9 buses. I call 12.
Okay.
I shall say, na a human one, almost yeah, na almost double boss. Into 14 years later, you know, often say, said the enormous city, you know, that your Mausu, a Jerry in Japan. Come back to me at 10 normal round as
Papa, my catch said 14 years ago, ye bus. Now it's 30 cities,
30 cities.
300.
Not just 3 million and the current 300 cities.
30 cities, 300. 30 cities.
300 cities.
Yes, 300 cities.
14 because who the owner you am boss ma wo mu. You will say 14 years ago no. Na omu yi boss ba ko saying
300 Ghana cities.
And then no omu yi boss ba ko 300,000 cities. And na no bukom na ono e dia na asesa.
Ofa, BPS is $1 na asesa.
It's your problem nyina ni dollar no.
Ni na $1 because just about 3 years ago the onset of our president na dollar near 4 point something.
4.2.
4.2. Into 4.2 no na bar no so what the bar ube to about 120,000 120 Ghana in that time 1.2 120
just it's quite confusing nipa.
Yeah, 120 Ghana.
120 Ghana.
Yeah, 120 Ghana. And $1 no. I'm not sure we can blame it. I don't know where
because yes you confused kakro because sad time no so much boss 14 years ago na bosses no 9 equal 12 and no mutimi 10 and run it me top of 40 boom no match omutimi top 30 no match omuto 50 no match na and so
don't forget that those times na a bank loan no the interest on it no and then before you get a loan from bank no the interest no it's almost 40%.
Almost 40%.
30 something percent.
Oh, already.
No, and that is the fact of the matter. Because the no, loan Bank of Ghana put 30 something percent. And Sana Bank for normal 1.5%.
Almost profit at so.
Yeah.
And then I say, oh, Chimu said, and I was say, oh my Ghana Kurana Bino. Also, Timmy Frey, a Jerry say, Nanama, Japan. About my basopao.
But offer a Juma VIP and I said transported a dinner wabaway. A Jerry say, Japan, a Nanama, Naso, and Penufua, 1 transport system, agent of say, in your one. And comment the because Omandia you are transport system and ye juma your man. Omandia you are a juma on 1 year, our Mugu 2 years. Tessiano a station, let me call it may call almost all the stations, all the cities in the whole country. Nti adwuma omo ye no adwuma so na NCC entimi even to 0.00 something percent of it. They can't do it. It takes a private man to think and do it. And see, Papa, the see ano there, say ye nya kwan emma dollar no one mafum. Emma the mama say that me impossible the next 4 years. Impossible the next 4 years. Opa mo nya share there. On make sure that or the dollar now back even 6 cedis per dollar. On man ankasa very comfortable on its own. Simple.
Hey.
Because a year before a meter road road per distance will come down. School daya yes it will come down. Transportation will come down. A demand will come down. Everything about before. But they are here them nothing. Yes, the anno the dollar there, the man. Opopo because it's going. Every week there is going. Every Tuesday morning the Bank of Ghana updates its system and dollar goes up.
Nano bukom. I just said that magic brand ma ba himfie. Memo afinshi apaso so.
I think come out it's not Cobrama for
Cobrama for Nanachi or see about the Sylvia. Or see such an archer.
Nanavachian.
That's it. I'm walker.
Madam, a Jumabia, a treaty Nipasami.
Train Nabomi director Yabasu Mami.
Wow.
Who's any Casamuno can't say a Jerry Asinum. Any Japanum, any chairman who soon. I said, a Jumo, a non starter.
Chairman who soon or did a Jewusu 1990.
1990.
I say, woman feeding a bone.
I said, woman fit to you, saying,
I was say, a bear man, na yaka came, a guahodo me and sa, brandy, a cuckoo, and a sika. See a show brand one, yet to make come for, says Adia, quay, bear man. Wesi ubua kan asem no eno nso ye kanfo wo be ma papa wesi dam pebi no aye japade no eno nso ye kanfo eje ban free ye papa wo be ma sikade ye mu na nimtia eje wusu 1990 me bo di o papa wo be ma
adeja ye be ma ya me de ne bai ya friend be ma ya mponsa mafo ofri asante mampon na sa be ma and also no ni bia o ewiase aba beto no ne de eye Yesu dia enye ono ne dia enu nti enna ne boss bia watwere ne mu Yesu dia de wonya ye bia so komampo asem maame amese wa community center no wasi aprosifo wa asem no wasi baabi ombeda no wasi Asante North ye friends police headquarters no wasi immigration service headquarters Asante Mampon no wasi
ni nyina boss ya
ni nyina boss no a enti me pese me de ne to so na bona baso fa mame na bompa ye pa bi fa man mame na woni ye no di ya me so me didi na ase
ni ko tege ebra woni na na kasa no na me se adwuma we ofa ye ni aye ni akoma yi ye ntumi nyo
mame ni be ma yamponsa mafo eje wiase eniko Yesu dia
Ishrankwa
Yesu dia
Ishrankwa
me se Yesu dia
Ishrankwa
Bema yamponsa mafo memu afinshi apa
me do so anyado
eja yedidi ye ho nkomo sede enoma habo duty akonanim ense ye kokofre wan kasabu agent nana savior be kan say ene duty a wose sata ma chese mo share ase 14 years ago na wo be yi ka grantema habo no na duty ne de na ye nsesa kura na ye ji over 300,000 per boss ba ko amuye ti adwuma no amode ko akra kumase 100 cities ne de ayesesesi ano mu ye bi de aboa wo man keke aye bi a che ye non starter enam se saa senate ye de na memfrɛ we na me mo waba so eja say na adwuma ne te
sanity.
Hey, na yede na utimi dane ani sa eja.
Nyame. Nyame.
Eja wo ba mu.
Nyame.
Chese busumi ye kan wo san be register new boss so driver for ye ready ye ko training wo dey boss no wo dey be ma wo mo na was it West Africa Ghana pa na transport fare fo pa aja afisu ye no wo mpaibo adien na wo nananom wo fasefo ye nyina beta wachi abom mpae se awurade nyama wo
the person rather yama me answer baba me one thing what do you mean to enejuma
every say na
enejuma
ahode am betimi dey adwuma ene
nim nyame adwuma
aye nyame adwuma na no bogatanga wodi asa agina mu enam se asadada no wodi boss akwa ma bogatanga children's home Roman fuoi na anyanka ne wo sa eja se wo ye sa de no ya na de na wonya firi mu
ninya nshira ninya nshira efiri
because enye nipa dom ni nyina mese afibia na no ko ye ne ya na wono aye se nua eye akunafo be se mpemiensa na wakototo de ama wo mo enei na waduru eye bogatanga na wakototo de ama wo mo enhira no ya wuhunu se de me ye na nyame so ahira me ya na
mihunu pa
hunu nhira no
mihunu pa
ana mrantie ne mabawa asisu aye pebra bi abono aja futuo bɛn na ade bɛma saa mrantie ne mabawa no
except akuto bɛma mo sɛ wo mo hu Yankopɔn wo mo hu nyame ansa no ma pe di akyi bia hu nyame a ye wo akyi bia on sabeka e mo mo ka so pro ho dia eni akyi wi hu Yankopɔn do ba ta sin so no wo di hia wo ansa no do ba
yo aja wi ase me nua ba ko e fe ne Ebo Backman Ebo me director am ne kasai ono na de me wura transport mu ba bia metie yi aha na metie almost 7 years ago and wo frɛ me ese me mra me ho no me call yam ko hu no se bra na beboa na adwuma me nye na me director mpese wo da na se ma me se nimdia wa ma me nya wo transport mu oguso da nyina no esoma soma me da na se ne shira na ma me
ADAKABRI me da se opani na okasa ye no wakasa bebre ba samba ko kan ya atoma koma so na amamenwu so nimpa sronko ne se ubisa ne se afi we nyina no ade na ade na ohwehwe
eni da so
no se Yankopɔn ma no sunsum ahoden no fan ye ono Yankopɔn no n'edwuma wankasa Yankopɔn ma no sunsum ahoden no fan ye ono ankasa n'edwuma on fan ye nyame n'edwuma and wo kasa no so say bibia okay bia papa oye bia no wo ka bibi say wo ye ba ma wo say nyame bibia obeka bia say nyame e je say papa oye ma amanfo nyina no oye nyame adwuma onim say oye nyame adwuma
na wo ye
nti such I wish there Ghana han nke wo nkofo ete saa nkofo mo dwen saa say nyame adwuma sankofo we na se wode oman
adwuma bi hyɛ nsa na oman na japade bi hyɛ nsa
onfa ne nsɛm bom onfa nhwɛ ne mba
so woni da so bi sɛ ɛyɛ nyame adwuma ɛna ɔyɛ dana se ma me
opening we de migina akonya su na madawase papa sɛ woyɛ nipa soronko me hu da me hia wo da bado kasa no na ma mehu sɛ woyɛ nipa soronko na me so me panini amene no wa hai ɔyɛ oru ADAKABRI wakase mi sisi aso ma na to na bakoma so say o say bebe ogina sisi ano eye wo Nyankopɔn na adom na ode dom no na wa mebi so aso no so nti migina fidie so madawa asesronko say afia yesi mi se na wankasa wakoma so ade a wo bisa ya no Nyankopɔn ankasa mfa no sunsum konkon no nhya odin no nhya wo ma na wontuye na edwuma na minim say one day mesi mehia wo na odi wonsa ato mapampa no abompa ya mame
yes right
say sa suban ni nnyoma nkopanja mawuyi wo so transfer bi amame amanye nyina no na bebi ala yehu say enyame adwuma na ese yeye
yes
and wo say ne ka bia wa twerɛ ho say Yesu dia I mean, this is a sign of somebody.
Right.
Or just nyame dipa.
We philosopher pa. Chief, onyankopɔ twede amponhia na ukotodwe kura na ekwame ne medai. Na metra ukotwede dia na je se wiase nyina ya me dia. Chief nyame nhyira, nyame nhyira.
Nyame nka mo ho.
Yo chief, yeah, that's it. Right. I just said he's a great man.
No, he's a great man by all standards. I mean, the kasaya okai, short kasaya okai.
Yeah.
The most key words, nyame, ahoden, yankopɔ mam sunsun.
Na onye nyame adwuma.
I mean, this is more than anything you could hear from. I mean, this is one of the fantastic words about it. Say, obi say, obo mpaye say yankopɔ man ahoden. Okase mfa me business.
Ne mo memfa nye nyame na adwuma.
Before say yankopɔ na adwuma na hwɛ. Ama wo de akoso.
Oh, if you do good.
Yeah, yankopɔ na adwuma say wo hwɛ ne yie. You don't have to struggle. Wo de na be so automatically. And say na panin no say wa bɔ ne bra. And until now you very successful no. And until now even though o sha send your transport business no aye difficult no. Who say okasa ne nyina no. Okaja say di manyame na ye. So just say even in the midst of difficulty no, he's succeeding.
Yeah.
Because you say waji nyame bi edi.
Yes.
And say nyame no so no wama njuma o ye nyina no.
Yes, one day so as we ni bibia.
Yeah.
Bibia o bia nyame dia.
Na ubisa na asem say na oya bibia ohun say
na say ne ba na kwan mu.
Otumu say nyame a.
Yes.
I say yes because enu ntina mo oya no mo no.
So otumi hunu.
Say yes.
Say nhyira we ya ba ma kwan mu no. Eye nyame.
Yes. Because yankopon
ne ka na chire no. Wa hwe ka na nim Yesu dia. Ene wa twere chire nhyira nko a.
Yeah. That's all. So adum no ani nhyira no na ebusu ama no because of the heart or the ama yankopon.
Abumfre gutafo no so me ye ne gutafo no. Ye musa o mu bibi kakra. Say figures that koso wo temaport.
Quite worrying.
Utien na no bokum. Sabia. Jaren ka be kan bibi. Say tama na Sabia kasa no. Ye duty na se mana. What was yeah. Just
No.
We talk about $21,000. No, what you do to $40,000.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
And they were na me wait na me bisa say umpanyufo ya ofrefre woman. God dey be na ye dwen ho. Me ever since I call no and me follow said ya no me kwenti na me bisa say kwan ben so no break even because we share bus ya be ye dey akwa kotene mo we kokuma say but you am 100 cities. What am about for saying? What the maximum capacity?
34 and 50.
50. It would be
80 cities and 34 and 100 cities.
It's yen for 50 and yen for 100 cities in calculate. 50 no times
5,000.
What is 5,000?
Or about 10,000.
It's about 10,000. Into full no sound to say.
Average of 3,000.
3,000. It's a 7,000. It is 7,000 and you be ya to total. It would be yen funny say when they when ya 7,000 no. Yenji 2,000 fines so do be save 5,000 per in and out to be.
In fact 34 seater no about or the 4,000
4,000
and 80 seater no about or the 4,800 It you know would be total time so the F4 cry papa near 6,000
Obi so be to adwuma foka
and no say no be here to adwuma it will be say obi say we sanya na yen fa say say boss ni mpo
$180,000
so by 12 so into
10 years advantage nya ba ne say empanifu it say eja ye kan no or buses ni bia watuaka ateka dada it is a neno okotofo fro de ba na onya enough money no eye dada no na eye adwuma ade support eye foforo no they said nei na wo na naja usika bi na wo $200,000 was me the cover boss in the bisu that $200,000 take 10 years
answer what to make break even so answer what to make break even what na me the your invoice be normal bi aye kra by way home use your friends tie CB a year 40-footer container and you the buy about 16,000 pieces one more shisha na asat na me the chere kwa bena October as at October 10th 2022 and the 40 foot and buy, we paid 26,000. The same period in 2023, you took 115,000.
From 26,000 to
115,000. Anyway, what has happened?
It's a $1 no.
So the all can in the another can no. Say to me yet dollar no who be beer. Say no ma we no. A bet training na ya cry and my drink call taxes and so. So and my drink call taxes so too much because the dollar no cost concurrently the taxes in the call the only padding can say
ma ye ni guta for so some penny for kasa say ene no akoye taboo bi anasa abomination say wo say wo beton no ma wo bekọ akokra na watu ya due to habo no akoyie no aba no abeton de aman ya abosom sam bi anasa de ba sam ye guta panyine ba agwa friend Mr. Paddy ye no entwe nkom kakra guta for ye ma munyina ma finhia pa
ADAKABRI ma finhia pa o yo tie po no akafo nyina sa finhia pa
we na due to some habo etisan say
minua ase krom ha no one okay say tabu say obeka say we edwadinya na so a businessman say unya ka so edwadinya na so a businessman e kuto e komfo uko do say masisi a minua cumulatively no duty rate in Kwana almost about 50 to 51%. They be ambika say the Ukraine ma be $100,000 but next say utia duty for be $1,000. That was and Jedi Ben, the whole world, Jedi Ben almost a fair saying 51% cumulative duty. And no quarter Jaya, $1 is to 12 cities, exchange rate, and so cook and also quarter Jaya, Oko banks, Oko Bobisia, policy rate is 30%, interest rate almost 35 to 40%. It's ADAKABRI right from the West Zone. We are not competitive to our neighboring countries. If you tell me, I'm you know, as a Ghana for any more boy, even manufacturers quite air suffer. Manufacturer any competitive, trading any competitive. Instance said, Ukasanya Wanina Boma, cost of doing business in Ghana, no, or Bonibeka said, extremely high. And then and now, sorry, and Ben and Minister of Trade said, Yashadana Yapomo cartel. And yeah, 2 years minimum, and the abandon on popular, so they open young can ye. Now, no, how I do the Puma and on canny or kind. As I said, say, you know, do back on the mana, say $10, $10. If you try the same duty, or Tema, exchange rate, the same. Into say, me price build up. Now, who are the Kabesu show, know your price build up. Then you know, Piabon here. I want to buy a pet. In Tennessee, a former cartel, the Asha say, your man, your boy, the name Monum, and your man, M1, and my building, I say, I buy a shot, a point penny at a faso. Now, I bet interest rate summer on my manu, some of them can find them on the bar. Now, on my man's one in home. And quite the Befaswa, exchange with Beba form. So the Bobby almost Cascana. Open almost $10,000. You need about 120,000 Ghana cedis. And Kano now we are just about 60. It's almost about 100% increase. Into ADAKABRI, you must be brave put here a 24. I don't know.
Yedni a port agent back on a train como. Or say yetimi fixed dollar and say 6 cedis to $1 instantly. Prices beba from our Ghana. What in the argument?
ADAKABRI with the over a decade, almost over 10 years. I can't say I say for the purpose of duty, for purpose of price stability, and for purpose of projection. So as a businessman, we bet my projection. Yen $30 and assessing research quarterly says Busumi Nabiano. Then we you near man. Every $1 to 6 cities. In the Banasana, businessman, we bet my projection. Nipana Okato, we bet my projection. Meaning for price stability there. And cost because duty may be done. So and then Uko Union, you see $1 is to 10. I actually a brother is $1 is to 11. I actually another brother is $1 is to 12. Same piano, who said, Uno, Unya projection, and now back with the same 40 container, what's here be 120,000. The following week, Uko year is 130, 140,000. It's in Pepino, wasn't any man who quite never cost would be because you know it's 130 and then not changing 140. If I met some one a it's sad and I don't know kind of idea. So I buy to be a ever one and not two. say about inflation about from. So media policy rate they be na interest rate they be na inflation about from a boy and I say boy 24 time boy 24 and then come what no they say ko bob be be na be answer
na duty energy say yi na wo hwɛ sɛ baabi a wodo no ma ekogu akɔtɔn enne obi asi sutɔ dan ɛyɛ adwoso a kyerɛ sɛ adwoso kura no ɛyɛ district capital na municipal capital ɛyɛ ɛdan a ɛyɛ 12 by 14 store dan no wɔde gye ɛyɛ 50,000 for 24 months and 100,000 for ɛyɛ 60 months na 50,000 24 months 100,000 for ɛyɛ 60 months no and such can so no akwafa na hen na ade aba betua
adakabri wa wa kidia baye when nyina ekutentu bu say yeah ya titi shop mo ya didi shop sa ya di side one ma omo ye adwuma online kwa no omo nya fa so kwa chen online business cost pa enu kwa no abansu ni mfuto bia so wa wo shop there same bia na dia report esi so because omo ni bia wo te omo ni bia wo oh couple of that no o tia rent any board then the it say adakabri ama eje di ankasa no enya attractive you
edu besusu say 2024 January ni ewo mu yi by December 2024 na ekoto aba is it your view say eye one year ye pese yemfa Ghana nhye yensa no sa practical problems ya agent ka guta ka no sa na front runners no womun for almost solutions to the practical issues ya ye kan emra na yenye sure say who indeed can help resolve sa practical problems ya ye kan
adakabri sa pe unim ye de eduane ye di no and as a businessman no eduane ana say ade abema edua etumpon no policy bad policy ka ntina ka say na say na minister dey ba say or the restriction say about on importation aye ejina mo aye ka say yempre no yempo aso no it was a bad policy e bad sana e beba monopoly aba eduanum omo mfin so kwa na betima kra ne ama na ye nuanum na omo ye consolidation eni ne ye omo eduanum because obi no be consolidation abakọ ko dey import land the bema no nti ene e ka say aban bi nti na maybe atwem adakabia memka bi stop maybe atwem no obi ba say taxes are work or better na a business no e does no nti ye twin away free taxation into production ye nyina afọ aso ye gitu say that's the way to go so the koba no they say as a tax mo no e mere mo mpo nti say nia omo ka che no omo ani so ene dey challenge e ho no because for economy to grow and as a business to grow no and say businessman mo etumpo no nia na usu revenue no eni na businessman no timi ntumpo na o di revenue na o collapse na ejuma o nti o ka say from production from taxation to production no ye ji tun say adipa say how dey come and say o ka say obi so ba say no 24-hour economy ye ji tun say a good idea Nemo a point pencil the befa so and they say interrogative
a practical solutions because
yes.
And a social graphic anymore Emmanuel Bonny and ochro at the Emma graphic and no a very clear photograph of Right Reverend Dr. Abraham Nana Oparekwachi or a moderator of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. Na semina and say about near Babetui a fire seeker 7 and 2 and no. Or say yen demand this solutions from a year 1 year to a badiama woman. Yen demand the solutions. In what form? And I was able to demand such solutions.
Demand solutions are and say in your stakeholder engagement. Name on and pepping all the policies niba until say ye national agenda no we stop running on political agendas no. We still have this problem. Because Obeka to say a banny you are, you can have your way and you can have your say and I have my way. If you know, and to say demandia on my mano and I see a whole do your leaders no responsible, any stakeholders no. A banny and any small. Then Pempino, omu yenya omupanyenya on my manifest. Omu yenya omupanyenya on my mano say ya. Say on my man say, Titi never so report my na omamba mu yi ha omo so me per revenue na say revenue na we no say the no end to pon and the business don't grow, you don't get your revenue. Second, they are not who import one container, they be a duty or so. Better than way. Then what it is not in year. That's revenue now over here no. Osaka.
You.
I don't know you count, but in fact, you know, and policies are more bano. There's no stakeholder input. I'm not sure what about policy on this. But tell the maybe bar and some stakeholders. Yeah, you walk over. Yeah, input. Yeah, the input be more. Then we'll run with that policy. But who share them? Not the policy now, but when they say make a tell say, or be sorry, I said with the trade restriction, with the restriction on importation. And they can also decide way back. It's there. Obama a general because monopoly.
Na yake. The crack. On my man also no. Yeah, na yes your contribution for the discourse. And it's like yaka say na on Facebook Live. Miami nuya wafake or no plan station. Yeah, see you know. Was say ADAKABRI the excuse ne bro for no tro ye ne de na dwene na ode ba na pese yitibia do watro or say wafake new plan station circle ADAKABRI the agreement you are doing over there is baseless because now the brewery is expensive. What he wants to say and say the yakika kanina think duty expensive or say die na VIP buses no director for natimi atod dodo sa ede aba. So he believes he say a normal and yet that bad is our port. Nanka duty expensive. Kenya dianka directors of VIP. Omatoto buses be Eddie Ababi Gumono. Such an argument. What do you such a contribution from your president saying a citizen? What do you make of it?
Minya, bisa say depend on the VIP fee. A bit of the fee buy no. Oko bank akobo busia to VIP no. Oto na he. Onya busia na he. If you go at the rate of 15%, Ghana needs to offer the same quantity of vehicles, no better the same duty. No, also, a bank of Bobby say demand 40%, or betting me not competing. It's not here nor there. What you say? What's Bobby say at the rate of 40% on $1 million? Obviously, Bobby say at the rate of 50% at $1 million. Meanwhile, duty to say 600,000 a quarter, you put your 600,000. But obviously, no. We did to Nika a bit of a and I made people buy the Ache. If I don't know beside the rate of 50%. If you know that's not the argument here.
It is not kwasi appear such and was so my question to the Ghanaian authority is that what are we using all the natural resources that God bless Ghana with? Say natural resources no. Obusa say e dey pa na fema gudi anyame de ma yen no. Ye de eye.
It's a natural resource here. Anyame ma human resource no mun na adwane koyo. Say natural resource na go di aho won sem. Na me no ka say telecos e wa ho won sem. Extractive industries e wa ho won sem. Friend say manufacturers go di aho won sem. Telecos go di banking sector go di aho won sem. In the economy of Ghana na akodi aho won sem. And na amaye do the city. And then by grow Ghanaian economy no Ghanaian people the indigenous no. Send the bay aho won to akwa. Ghana for na aka ye be so economy no. But the economic power no is in the hands of foreigners. See America me no kan no. Even trading so akodi aho won sem. Share more they try who nyina aho won dia.
Atesa so hwemu in the middle 1970s and a year General Kutua Champon na obaya ye kofa policy of yentu abaya no. One of the things obaya brofubi or the bebe frame one say or said the commanding heights of the Ghanaian economy. Akwa could deep foreigners. In fact, at that time, no, or see akwa could deep Asians in some the commanding heights of the Ghanaian economy.
And not only Asians, too, foreigners generally.
Foreigners in another accordium on some.
Accordium, economic power in Ghana for the minute. Economic power is the America say the Okita economic power, Okita political power. No big economic power. Or the economic power never influencing political power. Because Bible say money answers all things. It's all in the economic power, no, never influencing policy that would be better. On the more direction of your policies to go by. It's anything that will empower Ghana for economically. They ain't now. Okay, and say China for so much holidays. Who they be a dollar no much. Same that and maybe China for so much holidays, but $9 no you because they are putting pressure on our dollar to change them.
Wait, okay, say China for holidays in a market story. Yeah, me director about catch them and I'm in country way. mo bi enti e bi nkwa na meka kyerɛw we ne wasesa ne sika dollars e na odi akɔ Japan na no ko fast spare pass e free Japan e ba no obebeton na wan calculate ne yes na Japan for no be kɔ holiday for 1 week na okokoduru Japan no kɔ ba bia ekura bia se a ɛhɔ na ɔkɔ na ɔkɔtotɔ spare pass no ɔkɔ na nkrɔfo no se da bi wabeduru wa ma correct time de ba to mo man nsan ko se kwan wa so obesan kɔ back to Tokyo mpo ɛna waka so ɔkɔpɛ flight de back to Ghana enti omo man ba bi tena de omo fie gya no ɛna omo tutu fie ni nyinaa mu ɛna omo de aduane ne nsa ne nsuo nyinaa hyehye fridge mu ɛna omo ka kyerɛ sɛ na watwe de mo nkɔ ba bia na what if you want omo ɛna omo de police local police number man no ɛna omo de local authorities so number man no ɛna omo gya nkrama miensa egu compound no wɔhyɛ fie hɔ dom ɛyɛ na wɔtwe na grɔfo yi kɔ holidays abanse ne abɛpɛ spare parts bi di ama no ɛna saa tam nyame yɛ na dom na okuta amachi dede cassette bi nti ɔsɛ amachi dede nwum na cassette so no ba na wɔtwe no mbae no na onim ne nyinaa to wɔhyɛ dam wɔ no ɔbɔ amachi dede no na ɔno nko ahyɛ ɛno ɔwe kakra do wɔbɔ nwum no kakra do didi kakra wɔwe nsa no kakra ɛna nkrama ɛbɔ wo ɛwɔ ga oni ba bi akɔ. This is the manner and make us say what do you enya baby di agina wo bosses be say edu mienu as edu num kura
ADAKABRI baba o na Japan for here say onum say what this ka kwa ba ko mu o man fa nkoda o say ne ko de be fa so bia ma wa tena ko mu no say e pe bodyguard ma ko pe bodyguard am afọ ne wa twen ne abeji sika nti sa na e ko nti e say aban e ye deliberate policy say ye ADAKABRI u twa ko no nyina hye you be ma economic power in the Indians, Lebanese, and Chinese, and Ghana for no, and Grand Caribbean shame. Ghana never can continent, idea 1 continent, 2 continents. Oh, and then I can say deliberate power, just imagine so people saw your manufacturing. I bet like I said, so others who come to manufacture your interest be a little more, they are 10% and 15%. For the purpose of going to manufacturing. So what they will call manufacturing or call the normal commercial bank to get commercial rate. Or better not manufacturing sector. What do you mean? The manufacturer to work with Mohano or manufacturing the manner. They are the same product bar. You bet you have beauty. I be still a for 10 year manufacturer. Cost of production of Mohano and was low. Utilities was low. Interest rate was low.
Yes, 6-bedroom house. Na electrical engineer. Kokoto wires gusua. Wasian Ghana de ene ye cable metal. Aye sign na de koto to cable metal 16mm ne ade na. For the 51,000 and ye to wires keke. A good 6-bedroom building also. Now what is 51,000 to wires na. No the sign atoto fixtures no so a. E de bebu. Now we out the dana ma high ajisika sign.
ADAKABRI me was so good. Ebi okope take cable ya don won the 30,000.
So no.
Cost of production wo kuma no.
High.
High. Nti na ye ka say manufacturers mo nfa mo tuma mo ya de distributors no. Na ye hwe kwan aban be so mwase. Na obama mo cheaper credit be o baby. Na say the be ya wo niam no mo be ADAKABRI say that cable ya okay. Ye ton kuma 12 cities. Ni ye ton amano ni be 9 cities. ADAKABRI tu kwan po e ko ton hoda. Meto kuma ade no. Because mefa plane ako meta hotel
risk dey ade nyina
risk factor 9 hours uti wiem ne bi ha 12 cities ne ebu amano ni 9 na me ha no so
ne je say
ne 12 cities no na amano ni de number cities
so ne je say as
according 7 cities
na as a cost of production and factors of production no high wo Ghana ha
high wo Ghana ADAKABRI wa uni utility ya ka wasemi electricity bill obi ye man madam fi bi no ye man so o produce na do e dey border and so nia o ye afipe o san tu mu na o sa ti talk na do na fi so o timi ntuaka
o kra na do ane ba dia wonya bi di bo akonhoma na o ka se o manufacture da do ane wa ha dia
o timi mi madam fi bi anu no o ye the diaper name anu watutum o so timi oh factors of production capital ka hono e was so and ADAKABRI say in penifo ni mo nyina we have identified the problem na solution dey be ba no and holding the group by the horn na a problem this year I am as a political will in here
Enti ye kan no se o share ye no time ana eye alantrematen ho no no se me kan bibi se SS stakeholder portal bi by and there was a mutimi enya sa stakeholder consultation no na mo ye ho den.
Yeah, and all of our or the yes, because Obenya Traders Bank. For no who say, I did back on the hybrid for a capital, and then just not just the capital, but the cheaper credit. Into yes, I Betty Bank BFN the Traders Bank, and a business by us, say, Upodi baby, and now for super Cotobeton, and also say, yeah, going to manufacturing. Your special credit line be at the and to say commercial rate, one of the commercial banks.
Na sa de na no te wona ode ba no enne na alanjemate ne nya minister bi mu no sa link no eni ho bi mu
Any mu say e be a new law.
Debi o titi on say moderator of the Presbyterian Church no can say yen demand solutions no if at the time of a previous trade minister what the bibi buy a wan kasa wo ka de kire me ya so hu no now bebu say because that trade minister ni ho bi mu ntino new law munim whether sa opportunity no ho ana say ni ho but what they buy for the purposes of thank you they solve problems na nka wo Ghana yi
you see and the problem of Ghana say continuity ni any ho obiesi dan onwe aka eso obebo bisimi buy no meja to ho bisimi ko simi die bisimi enwe eka so no on top about it that the challenge we have in this country is and to say ebenya one national agenda na just a political agendas no
but me so person say mu gutafo no adentina say mu hunu say previous trade minister bi timide and she bi ba ya na mususu say nka bemma mu nyina because who can say ebenya national stakeholder yi bi o ntina me de sa de yi ba yo say na bibi sa ho no ma adena good at leadership ade mo ntimi kwa nya representations up to the president say wo government mu no at a point bi na wo de we trade minister no bibi ba ya nke benya national stakeholder yibisa but this time round say ye hunu de so abra wo point another trade minister. I would have thought that the president would take your comments or your submission serious and amboa.
Oh yes, because to be sincere with you, we have engagement in that, but I keep on telling you that you have your say, we listen to you, but we also have our way. That's the difficulty we are facing. We listen to you all right, but yes, your policy and your programs is different from what you are thinking. But yes, it's to say, and can do more than on my any of my man. It's a little dicey and challenge. Or the panel or the agenda, the political agenda.
Okay, but who there's still a thing in no leadership of Guta, we program here, must send a link, because at the time, we the BB buyer www.brr no only can no www.brr.gov.gh. So www.shroto na mon checking hwese sa de nda ho effective na www.brr.gov.gh. At the time no and then is supposed to give you the opportunity na time bia mun nyina matimi adwendwene ade no so de betimi ate te mo hwe
on that portal. Yes, me kai pa
mo hwe na sa portal na nya adwuma because answer na portal be ba no ya ye policy document be behind it. It is said previous minister ni hwa policy ni da ho ho enti was a current minister no ono timi approve mu na wo hwe na sa yiniba because we cannot continue since the year drew 2024 you we cannot continue to look at it as if say obi kra no ma ba Ghana say wo beton a ese ye taboo bi ese wo de ahoma bi a hyede me say opeso oku no ho na duty bi epe bi ani assessing dollar ne ya assessing ne de ama no. And we should demand solutions. And I'm a
any day, Papa said, for example, let me more typical example. Oko harbor, shipping lines at ADAKABRI. Where you are ufete, only shipping line and the put you Uber do come here. There's a service fee. Service fee almost 40 meter container, which you about 12,000, 15,000. What you have to charge is 8,000, and almost 20,000 for 40 meter container. Service fee or the other, if wash it now or they release you, and no, 12,000 no.
But who can be beach them? I didn't know can you Tomakuma so yes. Oh yeah, a year definitive comparison for manufacturing sector. I will be Ajisika. A year Nadua Ghana. Na Nadwana war yeno. say a more expensive for Ghana than say after 1 year no ojai na doano manufacturing for Ghana and o shase kra na doano efri abrochire ema obi economy ko nanim na wo no kra efri abrochire de na ye manageable ama otimi nya bi de to aduane di more or less no
okra otua duty to af change oye wa ha
echezo credit duty no a na doano efo na je say it is a disincentive say obi ba manufacture ade wo Ghana ha.
That's the problem of manufacturing industry. So, problem I don't know. Cost of production. That's their problem. And I know that it's a multi-million banisia. And manufacturers in their banisia say, a friend say, cost of production was to do, cost of doing business or country was to do. Now, I mean, for as up for cartel, Bina, or Mama, and Semin Guide.
The year can I just say, Kebi Meta, a year 16 mm, 1.5 mm, near the year, 2 year, 6-bedroom property. You did 51,000 ekoto to wires, you know. In the same way, no. Ube come nanka koto tricky for wire no na British wires no krana cheaper.
Check it for the cheaper. Me come according was just last week.
Now we are about catch them say I don't know person to kebu metal auto and roll for want to Ghanaian made no.
Which means made in Ghana no papa a meeting standard. But the amount, the cost no, it was so. Meanwhile, I'm an only standard.
It's young Ghanaian economist. Say, how do we reduce factors of production and answer cost of production? Na financial consultants say, so and na yebetimi ama dollar na babia 6 cities and 7 cities. Na etimi abua obaka say na etimi ama ya ho ahen ya kakra wa Ghana ha.
Minya consultant ubi omo na mo dwenum de badwenum na nya stakeholder engagement obi aton papers be 20 years ne wo mu bia onim obi ti okanshi dia akonya cost dia open $100,000 so benya wase they are the consultants. They know nya stakeholder engagement, stakeholder participation, nya input.
It next say you tie the weekend dia na presby moderator na some kan no ha no or say you demand the solutions from our political leaders na mpese to aba mo no.
You don't need a consultant from abroad and baby. Your consultants are in Ghana. You ADAKABRI under invoicing over invoicing. One money.
Me fancy ya na yehwe na yanyi brane ne montenase. If we say obisi 24-hour economy, obisi great transformational plan, obisi digitalization. Na yen demand digitalization, you know, ebetimi ama manufacturing the year mayana. Great transformational plan no ebetimi ama manufacturing the year mayana
24-hour economy
and no betimi ana yen demand from them no be amfa plan mra
utimi meka kaka say the 24-hour economy they dey ma woko
there be
utimi meka say I'm moving from taxation to production they dey ma woko
there be
we demand what are you putting in place
right
24-hour economy minam come anajo 12 am me who light all over Accra na Panya Pastor for my father. Who go Dubai? I mean, 24-hour economy is running there. There's lights all over the place, security all over the place. Too slow. All over there. If you McCarthy Hills, Ako Usua, Suma over 4 months, what could do Sumo? Men them are 24-hour economy.
Me fancy as Mr. Paddy. Name and the coming year, Munyin to Musa mobile readily available. Say, Mosuso mobile Buami Yina Yatimia demanding of political leaders, not political parties. Political leaders. Leader no any Mranisi and Kotuabama leader no. The leader should articulate to the Ghanaian. A choir of Bafaswa, Obetimi or Yede. I solve all your practical challenges, practical problems. Idi amaye. Yado wasi pa Mr. Paddy. Hey, Mapo. Tati.
ADAKABRI.
I say graphic is story. No say economy as election beckons. Demand solutions from parties. Who's a moderator and class parties? But do we vote for parties or do we vote for personalities?
Yes, per the constitution I use for Ghana. And two among political parties. You see, you can have incompetent leaders or hide behind political parties. Because since 92, you are in NDC MPP. Into Obia Fide, Mutu Migina MPP ticketa, or what about president. Mutu Migina MPP ticketa, also what about president, whether I'm competent or not. But constitution is such a day. Yet trouble my new pakor. na nyimpa ko no form ni team no onyo no buman into political parties so into last catch out there.
So the onus is not on the political party.
No. Into them catch out there. Even with the constitution issues no. The president or Ghana CCR, so Jeff if MP no ko end this, he will still be president. But if MP or J the party no another party or by election. Difference in there when it comes to the presidential election now. Yet to aba manyimpa. Bako. Into so J party no pa still obey president. But just we can say bia. Inti obey here there better there on ye NDC MPP assembly yerka. Yes, manko fight ase. The on ye MPP na NDC assembly yerka na mmom baby Ghana edu CCR no. Ghana oye nyina yen company called Ghana Company Limited. Yen current CEO yes more yen yenwa nje ho. Nti ye pede ye hwehwe CEO fofor. Ma oboboa ma Ghana okonanyim. Nti oye nyimpa kor na ye hwehwe as the CEO of Ghana.
That is a leader.
A leader. Because the power of the state many nyina tum no. Ofinyimpa ho na wazi nyimpa kor one form of political party. Nti yen nyina yen tum no 2024 ye koto aba. It is nyimpa kor numu. Once again, I want to repeat. Yen fan political party bia numu. Nti na say you trouble my president. Let me tell you, the constitution is Ghana. The president becomes so powerful that he is bigger than every individual in Ghana. Into the political party, or bigger than the political party.
More or less, the leader is supposed to manage the resources of the company Ghana. Nanka, or no, as a leader, no, or managing the year, and not just respectively, no be playing a role in support of the vision of the leader.
You see, great nations, let me tell you, political parties don't have visions. Nations are built with visions of individuals. Nipa bi no hu bibi sonko obiale hu na makwam nkoma nzema ohuni nkofo ehun sisa ye hu sa na kwam nkoma so many years ago nzema ohuni na nkofo ehun na no abamfoso individuals no hu azi we chiri. Political parties are they are not political parties are just entities. Human beings. That is why this election yekwe muni ADAKABRI or ye election or the issue obi biala opose the president no yen as individual. Abaze na ozereba de ozeba chire Ghana for.
Enti this story graphic actual demand solutions from parties no. The moderator should have rather been asking demand solutions from the individual personalities now.
Yes, the leaders. Oh yeah, the leaders. It's a more example. But your Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, you know political party no in NK because the political party is not important.
And Nidino,
yes,
as a leader,
yes, because of that, one. Yes, Rwanda, Paul Kagame, no political party is in Yabazi. It's not important. It's the person. What? So Paul Kagame has transformed Rwanda. Lee Kuan Yew transformed Singapore.
And who transformed Malaysia?
Dr. Mohammed Mata or something like that. So individuals
transform China.
China is Yang
Xiaoping.
Yeah, Yang Xiaoping. Yeah, he transformed into what?
United States of America.
No, America. I mean
Lincoln and Washington.
Yes, perhaps. Washington. I mean George Washington. You know George Washington won election as independent candidate. He only the first president of America. And winning election as independent candidate for rule for 8 years. In fact, I check history. On Lincoln, there's a debate there who is the best. Some think George Washington is the best. Some also think Abraham Lincoln is the best. But significantly, no, George Washington, assembly okay, which is very significant in there. Also there, one in America, there one show in a year. There's BBFN. The spirit of party politics. So that spirit to know Emma who can or take over your country or destroy your country.
Yeah,
George Washington. In his farewell address, in about Ozi President 2, you know, also there's something we call the baneful effect of the spirit of party. So there, say party politics. So Emma who can there's a spirit to be or find spirit of party politics. That spirit is them who can take over one nation or destroy one nation. For example, that spirit to normal Say between a project I know do 90% impo for an MPP project would do 90% impo. And that's MPP office na NDC ba. Instead of what share that ma 90% we are completion in pay use no. When was the project na train? Once wash one as because a corner ye MPP project. And so yes NDC project I say even though two parties in your business can was here or your man is car.
Ebina what was here. I say a good and no can say almost stakeholder consultations amongst themselves and the government.
Yes.
They the way forward. And that I'm a phone so and I'm checking who he is. There was a previous trade minister now of the EB buyer a porter business consultation porter no multi consult amongst themselves and the government and I can say a new law. It is this whole idea of say even within the same party, a new minister no free said old minister not your year on to us
and only the painful effect of the spirit of party politics.
Say a year Kwabinan century Miami Nuyana me tears all kind of radio so say minister back what nasi what Ghana automotive development policy ama no atimiama aye international car manufacturers atimia ba besi assembly plants ewo Ghana ha almost assembly plants ni we no the second part of it is another policy ye be develop vehicle parts
spare parts
ama no kra no Abuja na pokra na koko bie ano Temakoda na die ama no so ye ba be policy parts wa ha then Kwabran Century say new minister na waba no old minister no enye ono ne ma assembly plants ba ha name or the credit koko ma former Ghana High Commissioner to South Africa Sibuatin. Now reading say it is will be to make your policy. And my policy in the for international companies, Bosch, VW, Peugeot, Mercedes, one more Toyota, Kia. I'm a munina to me abahaseya. And the fact that Nippon ni hobby mudia, na party person be to me say there be a high commissioner to one and about because Toyota also a committee sika and almost Ghanaian technicians across South Africa and you could train one more and almost buy a Toyota at the year Jumo Ghana. Do you say and your minister in a year and yet do a true policy in a year name a ambassador be no a high commissioner be no war South Africa in a year. Where do we get this idea? What you are talking about? Say, your political parties, fro one, say a vision.
Yes, ADAKABRI. No question, you're there. You see, I'm going as a Bob Ghana moving forward. MPP NDC 16 years. MPP will 16 years this year. Ghana full bete mo pa 2024. Nanche young Ghana ho. Nanche yama two political parties wanting opposition for 16 years. Oh yes, I'm telling you. You form a government of national unity. Dama government NDC nya ewo good intentions. NDC nya ewo nyimizi. MPP nya ewo good intentions. Ewo nyimizi. Ewo doma Ghana.
Software owonim die.
Software owonim.
Ohina owonim die.
Yes.
Ghana ni bia irrespective.
Yes, obi wo Ghana ekwa IMF na onye World Bank. Ghana fu wo nyimizi obuto was about Ghana. But because of the way politicians, why my political turf and why it's so dirty into they don't want to get involved. But if you have a government of national unity, that will be to the a very decent politician or to them not you can get all the big brains and the better brains, the best brains together. Put them together.
You must hear political parties near CCA, Kokofodia, and Nekofodia Moti one Mokaka vetting. Na Adwansa Safur, na Obi Etimia endorsing the documentation, the Amano. Endorsing documentation, near Quaco influence in the Pacro. The influence in the we are. Never ya allegation petition etia a run say, I by impersonate will be. I mean, Pacra signed the Amano, not me. This is when it will be intact. Ampani a friendly panoa, or no yard the man rano, no aba, was a main kaisa me, man. Near the Ayana, so they are disqualified rano.
Yes, that's the spirit of
it is a rano where the papa be with me, Ayamako Fodia, Shakwa, ya first one. Now, won't you suck what this cannot be chat, Rosse, main kaisa me, Simon. I'm here disqualified on Omne na mo basa that bia ye hunu omo. You can lie this way.
Yeah.
Atimi asan ade am obi ne amount sika no obegina ho abeka say men kai say me sign man no.
That is what you see. Let me tell you. Interestingly, one of them politicians, one of us were good politicians. Those who steal and lie are considered good politicians. The decent ones also are good politicians. That is the problem you have.
Decent ones in your good politicians.
Good politicians. Those who steal and they lie publicly, also you're a smart politician.
Politics the buga.
Yeah, buga. I mean, and this is a little bit of being beyond ADAKABRI as a Ghana Japan and so.
Yes.
A Japan or assassin him or assassin Nenua, no more assassin assay, no more view. And a new power in Ash and so.
Sadipan, yes, leader.
Nipa kudi obey every appointment or money. Sure,
it is here no. To be to say ye polling. Anche ye be frame Musa Dankwa. Ne di nkomo the way forward for polling this year. Na yaka say policy ben na the most popular with him. Na yakro digitalization. Na yakro 24-hour economy. Na yakro GTP. A great transformational plan. Digitalization obi yakro policy be a friend digitalization na. 24-hour economy obi the policy be about yakro policy be your friend 24-hour economy na. Economists for no. What would they talk about 24-hour economy? And no be the comprehensive plan about
GTP,
great transformation plan.
GTP is not a policy; it's a plan.
It's a plan.
That is, we use plans to develop nations and transform nations.
Use plans.
Plans. Let me tell you. And then here to me, can you imagine if it was built without a plan? Just about embassy.
It didn't free be side plan.
Yes.
And free be building plan.
Yes. Until the money, then we go form.
You go according to plan.
No, a team is going to play football. Ghana African Cup. When you plan, if you don't have plan, how can you succeed? And this is for the first time, ADAKABRI. Yes, this constitution, I see. One individual, for the first time in our history, or make the fourth Republican Constitution, or the plan now, but there. Say, oh, mama, konya da member your man penina. The more planning and bijinado, Mama Ghana akonenyim. When opinion kasa na oka be there, the cost of production of Ghana is very high. And because of that, into one more affect bibiara of Ghana, especially the exchange rate. Now, ADAKABRI, I wish that Ghana yibiara be your opportunity. And as Ghana yibiara ba hwehwe GTP na msalancha menten wa cho na hu. Nche wakenkan. Nche wakenkan you want to aba man this NPP builder. I'm telling you.
Say yeah said yes na be chirichire.
Yes, nti obehia pa de. Akonye bia ebenye bia no. Ye be chirechire. Ekona ye be fado. Na ya man kofat da ma GTP na ase. There, a money bia na enyu a way to mpon without a plan. Mr. Mahama. No onyi Mr. Mawonyen Bebukwe. Mamu Krominyin Fantini. Mr. Misata. They run Ghana without a plan. Nanado, no Dr. Baumia, they are managing Ghana without a plan. And he said, if you have to some planner, interesting story in the Bible. Jesus cast him the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 27. Say Christian ya now Bible boom. Jesus can a story about two brothers. Also, no be able to master ma ozibe yejuman. Oti there or the adensini obi osidan. Osinidan odisi botando. Also insuto ehumu bo. No se flood crab bar insu yiriba on kada na de no tumugina because no fapem or bobado. And now also another brother so ho on osinidan na osisanhwem. Nti osidani sahwem nti insuto ehumu tu na say insu yiriba na edenen we duru egu fom wa say Jesus mo poda ka kire hin there the first builder now Jesus friend the wise builder no onyimde only control over rainfall only control over wind only control over flood nti when he was building no he planned and built on rock solid foundation.
Okay. It is up brr.gov.gh na Americano. When you open it now, a Ghana Business Regulatory Reforms Portal. There's a portal, Ghana Business Regulatory Reforms. and or say reforming to transform. And Obusa first question will be say you can search for specific provisions of any business regulations in Ghana on this portal. Now the Trade Ministry is directing you, say, suppose you are doing any business in Ghana and you are looking for provisions of any business regulations, say you can search for specific provisions of any business regulations in Ghana on this portal. So this portal is there. That is consultation amongst businessmen and the government. It will be to say, or say, latest public consultations. It's emanated on export and import restrictions on importation of selected strategic products regulations 2023. It's just a public consultation. And now Osan can say Ghana Standards Authority Manufacture of Cement regulations 2023. And so let's just say you have access to information how to let's say be a person cement or Ghana, how our consultations instead of normal ACO. And then Osan BB Ghana Accreditation Service Bill 2023. I just say all the object of the bill and the opposite here. Enti or say, have you experienced any public service that requires reform? Are government rules and regulations hindering your business? Click here to submit your concerns. Listen, or say, have you experienced any public service that requires any reform? Are government rules and regulations hindering your business? Click here to submit your concerns. If the government rules and regulations hindering your business, you have an opportunity in a continuous stakeholder consultation to click and tell them in your view, and then this has come under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Business Regulatory Reform Program, and the World Bank. It is Trade and Industry Ministry, Business Regulatory Reform Program, and the World Bank gives you that opportunity. So whatever business you are engaged in here in Ghana, in a manufacturing entity you are engaged in, and the business regulations, the rules, in your view, you believe, say, it inures to your disadvantage, and now the rules are hindering your business. This gives you the opportunity, say, you can then click and tell them what your experiences are and what in your mind you think, say, about me at the Abua. When you have such a thing, can the change of a minister just about change this opportunity too?
ADAKABRI, so you see how unique Mr. Alan Chamanten is. You see how unique that man is. Master planner. He onyazi baza. Bibi Obebia, he does with the plan. Look at this fantastic your ministry.
Just go to www.brr.gov.gh and it is there.
Now, I think you want to say, Oboano in Padeka, but Mr. Alan Chamanten's shoes was too big for Katie Amon to wear. I mean, Mr. Alan Chamanten's shoes is one of
in that speciality.
Yes, of course. I mean, when it comes to the issue of trade and industry.
Exactly. So when you say in that specialty,
I'm talking about
you are not belittling.
No, not at all. So, but the point, you see, I was on a point, very important point about two birders, and I said one bird on a rock and one bird on sand. No, in Sutra, in Humuban will collapse. You see, when Mr. Mahama took us to the IMF, no excuse was that prices of international commodities fell down. I mean, came down or decreased. So because of that, was a sign in the economy now. So we ended up with IMF. I've always been telling people that economy be annual or perform well over IMF. So admittedly, no, Mr. Mahama's economy was not doing well. That is why we went to the IMF. The same way, Nanado Bawumia also one excuse in there. There was a war in Russia and Ukraine. There was COVID, external factors. Into the IMF, no. That the reason I'm saying that you don't control external factors. But what I say, be it war, be it pandemic, you don't control them. So you build your economy solid. But what I'm say, with plan, you plan your economy such that when external forces come, your economy can still stand strong. That's why I gave you an example
you have anticipated it.
Yes, that's why I gave you an example of the two builders. What Jesus says, one is wise builder, one is a foolish builder. He says, one knows the onyimude in suboto, which is external factor. Because of external factor.
As a Ghana National Development Planning Commission, it's a 40-year plan. I'm the new Moy Thompson.
Yeah.
Say yes, I plan. I don't know. I said, the plan be a
you see, that is why I'm saying that it is not the political party that comes up with a plan.
It has to be a visionary leader.
A visionary leader. You see, let's be honest. So Kwame Nkrumah had development plan. Was it 5 years or so?
10-year development.
I think 7 years or so.
No, 7 years, 1963 to 1970. In fact, the plan was dubbed Work and Happiness.
Yes. It was Kwame Nkrumah's plan. His vision was captured in the plan.
He could envisage what Ghana would become by 1990.
Yes.
By 1970.
Yes. So he look at
in fact, we can even read it because when he checked, was it Professor Kofi Ajimabedu Akosa and now say Satam no CPP, you know.
Yeah,
in fact, when you read the preamble or the preface of the Kwame Nkrumah plan, the Work and Happiness from 1963 to 1970 now, in fact, it will make you really melt.
Oh yes.
But it appears Yempe reading because Yempe reading to the extent to say Alan Martin's Great Transformation Plan,
fantastic plan
with the year 15 the 7 enablers and the 15 points.
This is why in 5 clusters.
5 clusters.
Why in clusters?
No,
first one economic cluster.
First it was 7 plus 10, and now he made it 7 plus 15, and then within the 15, and why in a clusters,
yes.
so that you can isolate a particular a cluster. Yes. How many people are reading it?
Yes, that is the problem. You see, let me tell you something. You see, every economy, the heart of the economy, the exchange rate.
The heart of the economy
is the exchange rate. His emphasis was on the exchange rate because exchange
the inflation rate, from Kurana, it doesn't affect the exchange rate.
Or affect every aspect of the economy. Or to the heart or pump blood for every aspect of the economy. So if the blood is contaminated, the heart will pump.
So the exchange rate is the engine of growth.
Engine of every economy. Intina, Mr. Alancha Martin second can ne GTP na specifically no or state azar obeye ma Ghana economy.
How to solve the problem?
Yes. So he specifically okande the margin yeja. Exchange rate. Let me read some of them to you because it's a plan. Let me read it. If I read it, there's nothing wrong.
Okay.
If I read it.
But as somebody said, there'll be something wrong.
No, I'm just saying there. If it's a let me give you one of them. Somehow kind of had there. It will be done to solve the problem of exchange rate depreciation. See, also the government will work with Bank of Ghana to progressively increase the foreign exchange cover for the cedi from the current statutory level of 40% to 70% over the period 2023, which is at the time so now 2024 to 2025. That is when he gets the power.
So he professed solutions.
Yes. At the time this one was drawn, the plan was drawn. This is the day. So in 2 years' time, he was saying that and exchange rate strong because in yima CDBR now one's the foreign currency though. Because foreign currency and kofu demand when people or import BBL or demand foreign exchange. It's only when the demand for foreign exchange exceed the supply available. Normal the value of the dollar or as against your currency. So at any point in time, you should have enough foreign exchange there. Sankofu demand the crown power.
You can sustain it.
Example, and I like giving example. You know me, much economics then. I like giving example. There, the mango bois, mango no bubafum. The mango say no quatria. What's the no quatria? Say it's not easy to get mango. Mango no bon okosol. The same thing. If you have more dollars in the system, the price of dollar no bukofum. Say the dollar now our system no so it means pressure. You see, it means more cedi is changing the few dollar available or dollars available. Therefore, dollar now was zen. Today, Bessia said you before 5 what's in the pay? The value was sold, and then
and let's say Aquano Sensika and Papa Yako and Ordinako Castle or per dollar no, and on an agree rate. But then they agree rate, and a papa catches okay. I don't go for $1. I feel a papa never catch and say, in fact, we hear $32,000. We hear $32,000. I feel I can't go for the buyer rate now. What the man say a year 11.52 no. I feel I go for 5 years there be 11.55. One no be come out 11.52.
Yeah.
I feel the me pay $32,000. Coco Fabra, what about saying I feel the microphone say I'm going to be 11.55
because of demand and supply.
A demand of 32,000. Who say who here?
Yes, that's the demand and supply.
Yes.
Inti one and as a close am enchantment, you see nan kasa no the focus actually ne plan na ne focus by using industrialization and agriculture as a base to transform Ghana. Inti say if you tum as a nation, no, according to the plan, no, one thing he will do in there, also everything that you produce in Ghana, Ghana without add 60% value to it. Into if you add value to your raw materials and your natural resources, what it means is that you can earn more foreign exchange from outside. So you can increase your export. So one of the things is to increase export. And at the same time also to reduce
imports. That is a cocoa.
Yes.
You will be required to add 60% value addition to a raw cocoa no and sani amakwa ma de akọ.
Yes.
It just yen kon koton cocoa no
raw dama. Yes, into urban dama, that is when able to mean more foreign exchange. Afiso nze maybe one kaya kra ba money mu no. Also na misala nchamanten ehwe plan no ma. Consciously no, you begin to produce those commodities here. No che the yemfa oil foreign exchange you know. Yemfa nko bojo azamakana sa. Yemfa nkada mazen fi amanoni. Kind of baka or manimu. Us is obesa or the national shipping line or the baba. No, che the CCR say and or shipping line so overcharge in cities. But just at and the say if you are importing a BB from China, no use Ghana yen shipping line. Where in your day man I got the case dollars, a cities into dollars, nezi tueko. But just you'll be charged in cities.
Shipping line becomes competitive compared to the other foreign-owned shipping lines now. I didn't know money free China.
Yeah, no, we are conserving more foreign exchange. So if you conserve more and you have more, unless the supply is always exceeding the demand, the value of the dollar will fall. In other words, the value of the CD will go up.
So that's in effect, you know, a export-led strategy group will be now.
Yeah, export-led. And also import substitution. Import substitution is to reduce import. And export-led, you know, that is to increase export, you know, we'll earn you more foreign exchange.
So in fact, you know, say, would you believe it, say, some politicians would even encourage media personalities to talk about, harp on political parties instead of political leaders?
Yeah, no. You see, let me tell you this.
Look at graphic. Demand solutions from parties.
Yeah, you see,
one would have thought to say, and your parties,
yeah, we don't vote for.
What can we also do to tell the real narrative to the Ghanaian?
Yes.
The demand of political leaders, not political parties.
Yes, you see, that is why. You see, all of us when we were growing up, there's maybe a while you saw in him, but when you grow up, you get to know it. So it's important when you get to know, you also share the idea. That's why I gave you an example that. When Mr. Akar, for example, in Ofi NDC, joining MPP to form the Great Alliance in 1996, he was still the vice president. Even when he was competing against President Rawlinson, he was still the vice president. President Rawlinson was the president. So the point is that say yantasi you hear baby you hear a leader. And let me tell you, we are not going to vote for a political party for 8 years. We are going to vote for a leader for 4 years and another 4 years. The 4 years, when you do well, and the 4 years back home. My fear, you see, as for, I don't like to talk about Kofu Bebre, but my fear is that the kind of economy as you experiencing, we don't need a leader who is only coming for 4 years. Unless you don't want to accept it. The kind of economy, we don't need a leader who is only coming for 4 years. Because your mandate is only 4 years. You are not voting for a political party. You are voting for an individual. So at least, first 4 years, if you know that there's another 4 years ahead of you, you'll be compelled to do things right. So that
you will be expecting to have a further 4 years.
Yeah, further 4 years. But if somebody is coming for 4 years, so you're on baby, he won't come back to you and account to you. Say, 4 years next moment, this is what I have done. So give me another 4 years.
Okay.
I mean, you can imagine what the person can do.
And the person wouldn't be bothered.
Yes, who's the last
person would be hungry enough.
Maybe so some say, me kwaba. Na me kwa member biom. Hia na esuma no.
Yo kwa ba na benya nwaya okoye wo de beba.
Ana esuma no. Na obi a o se okwa member bio de, wo so na okoye den.
unyamwae
also come baby or catch us on baby. So why is it a whole nation? A whole nation. The resources of the nation, everything of the nation. At least for the benefit of getting the first 4 years right, hand over the nation for sure. Responsible
so
person.
In 4 years, you can see what is happening.
Because the person would want to continue. Because on an agenda, a long term, a medium term agenda. You see, on a personal agenda, and say, "I bet you are transforming Ghana." Mr. Alan said something when he had an interview. On a Kosi Party interview, or Kasembi. I said the legacy of person will leave behind. I said I want to leave behind a transformed, modernized, prosperous nation.
A transformed,
modernized, prosperous nation that provides equal opportunity to all, especially the women and the youth. This is the mission statement to Ghanaians. That's Emma Makunya. So for the first 4 years, we need to assess Mr. Alan Chamanten
whether he's on course.
Yes, because the first 4 years, the best anybody can do is to stabilize the economy. Because
stemming the tide.
Yes, because the macroeconomic environment, that is why the cost of production or cost of doing business in Ghana are very high. Thankfully, the same Mr. Alan Chamanten was the one who created the biggest economic project in Africa, which is the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Yes. So AFTA has 1.7 billion population in terms of consumers. The AFTA, the spending, according to statistics, the spending that will take place or after for the next, I think, 10 years or so or 5 years or so, is about 6.7 trillion, which is huge. Which means, as a nation, we need a leader. We're positioning Ghana in terms of cost of doing business, so that Ghana, businessmen, the private sector will be competitive. Because if you go to Botswana, the businessman is taking interest rate of about 3 or 4%. If I go to Benin, Benin, Benin one president or independent candidate. In fact, Benin, for why Azibia, I think Ghana must learn from them. One previous president, Nayaboni, was independent candidate. He did so well that Benin, in the one current election, the president who won is also independent candidate, Patrice Talon. So when we're there, two-party system now with independent candidate, that is when you can even push national agenda for national development plan, because then everybody obiana is womb, obiana womb. That is why I'm saying that if you consider Mr. Alan Chamanten, the kind of things he has done in his life, the fact that as we sit here, and I said it and I want to repeat it, he's the one who created the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Okay. He's the one who is to lead Ghana to take advantage of what he himself created, so that Ghana can benefit and develop and transform as a nation. Okay. Very important.
Yabema Amaliba and so Abem. Ura Ebo Bachman of the Movement for Change, MFC, Afra Franto, and Otin Kane. Now, at this stage, Ura Maliba of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, and so Ebebem, Yamana Finshiapa. Gusuneti Neat, 100.9 FM. Kunu Ghana, our normal bebre, enche, Nekwe Free Bekan Kunu Ghana, and no more what they are trying. Amaliba Yamuatanati Yamo Finshiapa.
Over, Majoso.
The Daily Graphic tells us today, economy as election beckons, demand solutions from parties, Presby moderator to citizenry. Right Venerable Dr. Abraham Nana Oparekwache, moderator of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, or say, any party or my mumma 1 year ye be dear Swasi and Twabama woman. Ye Musa woman, or how a war on my maswono, Pani on befa swa, or mubeti me a year freeze our hounum, na ye di ye. What have you got to say?
Ofa, me da say, na me nchia na memo of Finshiapa. Na me nchia abushafo ajebre ti ewie, na me nchia me nuapini Ebo Bachman. Chairman Michael Tete 80 ewie, o se me mfa ne New Year message emrew. So chia pa na Obepebre na obabesra wofa.
Sponsorship ni
And sponsorship be any. A goodwill.
Chama me chiapa.
Oh, say Yonkubi Sinunia. And chairman have. You see, one thing is my programs are met up on a jopa. But regardless of how late I'll remain on radio or TV and get home, chairman will call to find out how safe I have arrived home. Wow. Sometimes around 2 or 1 a.m. That's very remarkable, and I appreciate the concern about party communicators such as myself. Over. Preacher man in Ekasano. The concern is Timamufuano and demand evidence of solutions from the political parties and their leaders in relation to their predicament as citizens. Well, over him. Something strange happened last Sunday. Oh, me sorry, amigo. Me mbasa funedi mbe nipo muni media umuni.
Tie message na what yaba no na yento ebasa. I will be see a friend Neil Kobe. I say, where was ADAKABRI when some of us were screaming Akufo-Addo was and is evil and demonic entity? He and his colleagues were all over defending such a stooge like Akufo-Addo. ADAKABRI should tell us the years his paymasters had taken Ghana back to and messed everything up. God punish and kill you bitterly. Today you want to wash up JM policy of 24-hour economy? We shall visit you guys soon. We won't allow you this time to joke and play cha-cha with the country for your personal gains. Inshallah. Inshallah. and such a twip. And such a twip.
Yeah. I mean, how do you send this? I mean,
such a twip.
I mean,
he's such a twip.
How do you send this?
Presby, you be demanding JM Betchim 24/7, and then he has the capacity to also explain.
Exactly,
who demanded of JM our capacity to explain. You be busan, you be chirem, mutriso, Adriana.
Oh yeah, of course, and I will encourage that you demand more questions, more answers.
Okay, so answer no can we need answers or the baby.
You see, I demand.
Yes,
that the media and civil society organizations, and not in the NDC as we speak now, your formal and I say your creative under the leadership of Chairman Sirin Kitia, what created that media relations and civil society organizations office or directorate of the party, led by I think I've forgotten the man who leads, but the deputy's name is my boss, that's Honorable Mrs. Dr. Mary Awisi. We are ready and prepared to open our doors. You better send me, and I know you be all see the money, and I encourage those questions in the Baba. And then when the questions are true, the answers must be provided.
John Dramani Mahama.
Yes.
Obi na no car 24-hour economy no. Who reason to onwene ho? Who reason we need answers?
A lot of explanations.
And it's such a twerp baby. Now ofri say, unya question pe. There's a who expose GM. Obi a expose no.
No.
You be busa no.
You have to.
Na a do brass handsome no. Who China public who be answer be keke. Who you kill wine. Who me kumi net. Leave it.
Leave it. Leave it.
Afina yashasi no. You be busa.
Leave it.
Afina yashasi no. You be busa.
For our democracy to grow, these are some of the things. Because
we should encourage more debate.
Who seek the mandate to lead the people, and the people have every right to ask you questions.
Yes.
To justify whether or not the shape of the nation will be safe in your hands as a captain. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And we NDC, we appreciate it. Preacher man, and I will throw a question on Daily Graphic, a capture, Udebusa Masame. About him. 8 years ago, I have been around for some time. The congregation where I worship, I am still there. 8 years ago, President Mahama was in office and was preparing to come back. Was preparing to proceed. Omampene Akufo-Addo was an opposition leader and was preparing to take over the mantle of leadership. Asempaka from Bejina Yankopon Asafu Enim Ekanyami Asem told us that Omaini Bedini Papa Nsemwa ebetumpon. Say mpinimfo di omanim no enye nneoma yie. Yempam omo. They use the pulpit to distort the political environment and pollute the atmosphere. Why? Because their paymasters were preparing to take over. Eventually, Omampine Kufuor have come to office. Afa obi aniase for the last 8 years. Interestingly, Sanko Folomunko Bebiao, they are around. Last Sunday, being the first Sunday of the year, the preaching had changed. No politician, not even those who are here and those who are coming can save us. What has changed? My fear is the hypocrisy of the status quo. In fact, hypocrisy is creating a cancer in the bone that can devour you alive. Over. Many me yere nati. Me bona ko homa 100 Ghana cedis a week. And a senior senior Duncan, e share me no was amalaba. Ko hwiniwe, senior Backman sorry. Amalaba ye ko hwiniu. Me u be ware me me bo ko homa 100 or design 1,000 Ghana cedis a week.
U be di the picture.
Me sifie ama water sako. In the meantime, me wa or design flat. Near American embassy, me don't cut now. Me we are my land cruiser account. Just come and marry me. Just say yes, lady, and your problems are solved. Or say yes. You don't cut out about you. Some of the best in 2 months. I had the yaman. And they were Pamalaba Haba. Obedient chain a boy from us say, men sound come Malaba hope you, Namaban cannot create. Mene, Sedanka one cannot create. So if politicians are the same, one more say they will bring the economy from production, taxation to production. No. Have they done that? Who is speaking the truth? Can I listen to you when I was coming in?
Backman.
Backman, sorry.
Backman. Duncan. Maybe come to Duncan. Maybe come to Duncan.
Come to Duncan. Anyway, offer the onimrano.
Because it's you.
Over. I have listened to my big brother. See, economy and your rocket science. And mind you, the MPP are still, despite some of them are more, are transitioned and scientifically, in fact, a politically oriented scientific approach are more adopted to themselves to metamorphose themselves from the elephant into a butterfly. They are still incubating the same and hatching same. Of the elephant eggs.
Aye.
The elephant will eggs they are hatching the same thing. But more than you say, Okra kanu okra di echire babiano eye binsunie. When binsunie. You were part of people who said no. Omampene Kufuor is coming to take Ghana from taxation to production. Taxation to production. It became a rhyming slogan for the MPP. Senior, you sit here and advance, am I lying? Why have you guys run away? Be bold and tell the people that openia de ne bae no sabi abru so benyado. Ya chi control fi wo yuram. Ni ama na chacha wa shefra no ntoma na be di abusu apeni wo fie. Wa gu abusu no and we are looking for solution. That solution no rests on the shoulders of a man who have the experience and yet experiment. Get that? President Mahama is not an experience, he's not an experimental object. He's an experienced man. And senior mind you, give Omampene Kufuor. Ubet me the buzia, Munyan for the camera mumra. Munfa bu or the saying, JP Dan Kwanka. Professor Dubois, the proponent of the Fourth Republic, who led the MPP in the 2 elections. Munfa den Kaho, Munfa Liu Mahama Mra, Munfa Kremoba Umian Tanachi, na Munfa Omampene Kufuor do fan piso. You can never break Mahama 4 years record, even if we are to give you 1,000 years. You can't. Over. Minim Shekrano. Me call Timna 3, I feel proud to be a Ghanaian. Me call Maritime, I feel proud to be a Ghanaian. Me call the bank hospital, I feel proud to be a Ghanaian. These were not debt. They were investment into our future. You took national debt for 120 billion, right? Ghana cedis. No say, hey, Mahama Bobo Sia Masabi, or mine Abu Bono, Nipa Bono for Yampamano. What time Ghana debt from 120 billion? More they could do over 700 billion. Can somebody hiding? Huh? Kadia Anansi, Adina Bauno, and Tekuma Transi Tonku. Huh? Near who be down no Pebia show. The one who be pen will see a and the comfort of Mampino for them, posterity can never forgive him. And indeed, if the marvelous light of posterity
to force him can come out.
Okay.
Also, and the $1,000 is given to the wife to enjoy as she was promised. So why should she leave a new good husband for an old useless husband? Amaliba,
very well.
Talking contradictory.
Because you have come to realize that the new husband have been a liar.
Notwithstanding giving her the $1,000.
She has been able to fulfill it. Yes. If the marvelous life of posterity is lit to reflect the political accounts of Omicron Ghana, posterity will write, and future generation will come and read and learn about the dangers of Omampinio, the dangerous nature of Omampinio Kufuado. And sadly, when such a record are referred to, the saying, the leader of the butterfly, Alan Kojo Martin name will be featured prominently as a cabinet minister who sat in cabinet. Whether supported it or not is a different matter, and I believe he supported it. And every Ghanaian, majority of the youth and the majority of the Ghanaian people who think like me, equally believe or support it. If not, why didn't he resign?
And why
didn't you resign?
No, why did he have
and don't forget that Honorable Alan Kojo Martin have been the longest serving trade minister of the country under the Fourth Republic, if I am mistaken. I'm not mistaken. The record there then, President Mahama Bifra Bem, Commander Sugar Factory, you see this one, your man, you called you $20 million, free Indian Exim Bank. So he couldn't plan that video. You're talking about dollars.
What's you
for
you
called you $20 million from Exim Bank. Indian loan. Oh yes. It was a loan that agreement that we signed.
No.
$20 million.
It was given to
okay. It was part of the
and it comes one family.
On family video to feed the plant.
Very
well.
It's not true. So
until then, this is what I know.
It value now the tools one. Strategic investor Emra Megia Diana. I feel you value at the end downward. Yadiana would $30 million US.
It was 34. That was 35.
35. Now, Pakoya Jumano. Eventually, Nipo Omra Mishomono Sosono, your cock of value here, your value at the end new $20 million.
60 million, 70 million.
Who want to call that evaluation?
There are
a lot of issues we can raise.
As for comment as a man.
You see, NPP need to know. And Afafranto, I want to remind you. It doesn't matter whether or not President Mahama.
Stevenson Kuchu, or say, Stevenson Sian, was watching you live from MD, Washington, Washington, D.C. As you guys give us break, you are all the same, both NDC and MPP. What improvement have you brought to the youth of this country? Down. Oh, Busau, so tell him. What improvement? And MPP and this Ghanaian youth.
Oh yes, we will tell them.
So tell them what MPP NDC has done to bring, to alleviate the sufferings of the youth.
One of the major things that every country can do is to support private creativity, to unleash the entrepreneurial potential of the Ghanaian youth. And at the same time, we created an enabling environment to enable the youth to be mentored and to grow, create enterprises and own jobs or businesses, employ people and create wealth and live decent lives.
You are speaking like spokesperson. You are speaking like a spokesperson of Mr. Alan Chamartin.
Are you sure?
Because that is Mr. Alan Chamartin you are preaching.
President Mahama Kobowa, we agree with you. You see,
stop that.
I like one thing about you.
Stop that.
There is a movement for change. We are on the movement. We are on the move of changing. So don't worry. We don't get the same pedestal. Just that we must correct the distortions now. As for the truth
is the truth.
As for the mandate in the Ghana for they will decide where to give it to.
The question is demanding of the Ghanaian political leader how to Obekan say situation you wom say na enye no kwan be no be fa so a obetimi am ye di yie utie gutani nu a oso omo de wo ma no ka ne yaje adi ye de ma wo mo a omo nye yentimi nyi omo hwe so this time round no ye person omo ma ye practical examples
over
so we can hold them on. Tell us.
Overseer, almost generalize here. There is a problem there. To say, we need sin or I disagree. 2014, a problem. President Mahama did not. Tintin anka say, men yet to Obama me matam akufuna shainti me demand penny the impedian and me boshu asem. He never did that. He admitted there was a problem. In fact, we are looking for a leader who would take his oath of office seriously. Yeah, we didn't need to be before no. Yeah, they won't be kind. Doesn't mean sabi. Oh, yeah, such a na. NDC have over the years produced the most modest and humble, transparent and honest leadership ever in our political history of this country. Hey. Yes, overseer.
13 billion.
Me say, NDC have over the years produced the most humble, modest, and transparent leaders over the last period of our political history.
It didn't just say 16 years out of 62 years. No?
Oh yes.
The mobile year, no.
Yes. At a given point in time, kind of for the or minus science, you did no correction or minor. In any case, 2016, 14, Brian have this kind of economic challenges. President Mahama and Kase. Mina metia banka CMT, sabi minimia sa Ghana for ina. He engaged the people. Mebwa, such a consensus, you never came. Ose, Ghana for mu ina amumra. Nani adri. Aso kanini me gitum say o hawa to ye. I him fa niem for my name fa. Obi afa na dwenemra. They did that. Out of winning a homegrown policy. Any they call IMF. Yay, we walk to IMF with our own document in hand. We're economists, that means you have a financial idea. Oko bank, now one can say a business proposal, different from so Oko bank and also bank in two for, right? You pay for that consultancy fee. But at the same time, other processes you pay for that. We went to the business, the IMF with your Biancasa, your programmer, your person, and then we need their technical support.
Oh,
More running you down.
No.
Remember. You run us down. And I know, and the Makasibeya boy. Dr. Makasibe Yabua, the former chairman for Finance Committee under MPP first tenure, as a man of a kind, was the IMF for President Mahama de Ghana Koyano. And then the MPP fought to me achieve certain level of successes in their first term. IMF every hop no kwaji sika bedi dokono o Ministry of Finance. After the akayen fanjore wo wiem. And then Ghana ye be si ne. I don't think ye pe leader obeto bedi o man animu a timamufo ne kasa obetie. You will listen to see. You're an economist.
I'm not an economist.
Very well. You have
my area is finance.
Anyway, fine.
Finance,
That's okay.
He's talking economist.
Economist.
No, I'm not an economist.
That's fine.
I'm actually economist.
But that's more concern. It just be economist to be
but Mr. Buckman. Even though Mr. B knows he can. Mr. Buckman.
BB, that's okay. That's okay.
But me economist.
That's okay.
Oh, teacher ni.
Mate. Oh, yeah, economist. Mate. Thank you for that disclaimer. Over. There is no economist in this country than the Makola women, than the Okanshi women, than the KJT women, than Medina women, Agbogbolosi and others. Women are the economists, Lankasa. Go ask them. Okay? And yeah, Malata inflation. They can sit down and give you 5 years back how things were. And out of that experience, they can project the trajectory to you and tell you what can happen by the next 50 years. Okay, go and check it.
What's it, Amaliba?
Yes, sir.
You are so funny. Mahama told us Dumso was as the result of charging more phones. How many watts does phone require? Minkoye interview Wimra. 2024 is an election year.
Yes.
Now, just this January, Info Analytics, one more general survey, 90-day cycle, no, Edibai. They told us Mahama over 50, Dr. Muhammad Baumia under 30, Alan Kojochire Martin under 10. And no channel. We want to see the calendar for this year and the areas they are looking at. At present, they are working on certain constituencies that primaries because they believe say a way intense. Inti mi akura no mi nya me bebo constituency bi de akire wo. Obi say wo mon konkohwe bantma. Wo mon konkohwe adanse asokwa. Wo mon konkohwe bekwai. Ehifa bi mkara me samfa ma wo. Wo mon konkohwe dom kwa abenya. Na wo mon hwe ba bi e ho mu edin ne pa.
Abo
Ede hin bi. Ha de ndi no sa de mom.
Marcus Bay abo an constituency of like
Kofodia.
Kofodia, yeah.
Kofodia. And so no disqualification nene mui. Ora muzada kwa idi ya mwa
Meji moso offer.
Idi na ohote saying.
Na mina do ye.
Right. Last time round, more the 90-day cycle, general polling and opinion sampling at the by. A year Mamadou Baumia, just under 30. A year John Dramani Mahama, a little over 50. Alan Kojochire Martin, under 10. Catch the any what went into 90-day cycle opinion polling? No?
You Midasi offer. Over here, the last polling and the official one after MPP primary. Pula yesterday that say time was one for you. So time will do you and a call. You call 82 constituencies as usual in all the 16 regions. And I need 5,881. It didn't get out. And Moya would buy and no and a baby to Ghana. You have Bianca. You need to be able exactly what they told us.
Now, notwithstanding the personalities here, Omama responses here, John Dramani Mahama, Dr. Muhammad Baumia, and Alan Martin. Most also the responses relating to 24-hour economy, digitalization, and the Great Transformation Plan. And so responses are not ebai. Na ya na mubudini keke. And na mu explaining what those plans or what those what is it about? We mutimi hunu say ye can 24-hour economy, ye can digitalization, ye can Great Transformation Plan.
Offer we any juma a party communicated and also much amount was what does 24-hour economy mean? What does blue economy mean? What does Great Transformational Plan mean? Yet they acquire some of what announced the what here a muhi and a so when you miss some details. And no, any juma, you could tell you to be must have been no, yes, I know you are including the bias into the interview. If you want me to explain 24-hour economy, and I want me to explain GDP, one explaining blue economy, now what some kind of biases against or for the responses? If you be so, what you can, I must be a hint, and I feel say a very influence who we the influence, and no one young can't go into it.
It's in whether Ubiti Asiana want yes, whether Watiana want it. So on top of their minds, the Omati and the Ebusa and Wansam.
Absolutely.
Right. Enti yenya want yes, there. What's that in Chiche movie by? Akan regions, swing regions, Volta Uti, the northern regions. Some permutations and so on.
You one of the analysis a man better insight. Near whom you are among working. Because, look, like it or not, the accounts will behave in a different way from the voter NOC and from the northern region. The better we understand these dynamics, or the more we understand these dynamics, the better will be our prediction.
Okay. Yeah, I want to say 2024 in the we would have at least 3/4 and sana yako akwa elections. By the end of March, 1/4. By the end of June, 1/4. By the end of October, 1/4. And we could reasonably expect to say ibenya 3 more polls and na December yako akwa kotuaba. Give us a timetable. A global info analytics. Modiba though I should remind you, so we'll be actually the Aba on Facebook Live. And yada for there and Crawford. What's the ADAKABRI? Global info analytics, they are paid people who Usu to phone and Usu to phone. Was the Musa Dankwa opinion poll is a paid one who ADAKABRI? You comment before the timetable ahead of it.
What politicians know? Say, I know I'm going to book your car. The only thing say it will be in your car. Because in the past, they have succeeded in corrupting those who have come before us. So some of us have to carry the bad name of our predecessors. But whether we are paid or not, the result is what matters. The results that we projected manifested on election day. Say, it doesn't matter whether we have been paid or not. We have reflected the views of Ghanaians. But we're not paid by anybody. And indeed, our clients include some of the MP people and NDC people. So they are the ones paying us, and we use that part of money to do the work we are doing for Mother Ghana.
In the next 3/4 ahead of December 7, 2024, what are we supposed to expect from Global Info Analytics?
We are expecting polls in April, end of first week or 2 of April, to give us the first quarter. Now, another one about July, first week or second week of July. Then the final one, Edaba, in November, 2 weeks at least before the election. Now, we will be exploring the main questions about who they will vote for. But definitely, we'll be asking their views about the direction of the country, about the approval of the president's performance, the party's performance, and their standard of living. And also, who do they trust to best manage the top 4 economic issues or the top 4 issues that bother voters in the country. And more importantly, we will be measuring the potential influence of religion and ethnicity in this coming election on a regular basis. Obekaya, sometime in last year, July last year, a measure those who said religion will play a role in their choice was about 8%. A measure no, December no, I got 24%. It's telling us something.
Mr. So, yanka yenti ho kakra nsa na nka general polling number. MPP for primary end of January. And there are certain areas we on what may happen there. Maybe to say Nkoko, a day be su Nkoko, maybe to say a yesuhum. Protozo Amichiao, a day be su suhum, maybe to say dance so qua, disqualify bim for na this guy. Matusala, a Katie Hammond, the performance. Maybe to say a Bantama, may pay the BC or Honomache. Maybe to say Bequai, the Commissioner of Police retired George Alex Mensah, said you wise support to na the other guy no Raf wuntumi so support Rafa ɛdeɛ ne bɛsi wɔ hɔ mia kakra bi wuntumi nkɔpɛ bosia kakra nyɛ saa areas ne maame nte
enough for more. But we are looking to do few because in this guide we call all the key areas. At the moment, we are looking at Yendi.
Farouk.
And we are also looking at Bantama. We are also looking at Bekwai, as you mentioned. And in Fiaso.
Estikane events and Kankam.
And we're also looking at the route East. Our Kumsin.
Oh, well, you. Because it's
yes, in some adventure.
He for saying they were beating a Uja for Kurevi, a minipa. I not don't pray. He was saying beating every now, and someone conquer. And then another pavement road in Warrior and some hospital road. There's a hip was empty, was in your asphalt crowd. And I know make hospital was equal now. One for a diversion, and the pavement, the party at your Google form. I don't know, friend, and then Yabre. Because with you.
And we are looking at Tommy Papinya.
How Lawyer Sheila was it Gabo Nina Nifa na Adwasa Funina Bunkum. And then Lawyer Sheila, Ejinam Finfin.
Yes. And we are looking at maybe adding Adansia Sukwa. But that one we are yet to confirm that. But
I don't come home, Mamma. I don't come because baby or Quajin in Shirano. Sanka, Omunina, Quajin Shira Honoma. Would you recall, say, October 1999? And a year Utum for Santine at the Savoy Hotel. Come bet na abenya so na okọ Queen Elizabeth invitation kokọchia Queen Elizabeth na oye dinner was Savoy Hotel in October 1999 na Katie Hammond koye na Katie Hammond kukubutu otumfo ni kache ne say oye lawyer ni wo London na say otumfo waba London ha mint na Edmonton ho se me mechia wo enti na wonkwa so na emo me de tato say me pake me no ma befie na ma besena ko gina danse asokwa eti na hyira me na minya baabi gina me de asoma sante ade se Katie Hammond abetena konwa so from 2000 be sin ya obi antimi ntunu yo nti sa listen me strong mun konko yesa adwuma no na mum ye hunu because quite interesting enipa ne bi ho no mu suro de abeto wo nti wo madwane enti wo mo angaza so wo nko bi no mo so obani ye de wo mbeko bi no what will happen there?
These are the lists but I hope that it will be very interesting.
It certainly will be interesting, given say by somewhere third week of January, no more quaquintino, who a pretty short time within which to gather resources.
Oh, your team were hunting.
You, and they say you manufacture my pana. Global Info Analytics so far no there obi antimi mfa polling bia mama ye hunu de beko just say and no say MPP director of elections ekura Dr. Usumensa onu kwa akopɛ constituency bi agina na mehwe din sɛ so wantimi anwi ni adwuma mi de bedi no wantimi wu na ye director of research edema MPP now director of research who kogina ba bi dia ɔse watimi ayo research ehunu sɛ wobɛhwi ni ansa no akogina
Oko Ifan na oko.
Me check na me dia send you pa baby as a consumer baby obekwa akogina no. Me check dia send you why. Idi ya de wasepa nyame hira mo na inshallah adwuma mo beye bia no. De obi abeka no mo ma credibility no na I can understand how the UN is building a relationship with Global Info Analytics. American polling organization akese are building relationship with Global Info Analytics. And when such entities are building relationship with Global Info Analytics, before say doom say yes no be no na Global Info Analytics my a strong polling organization it may my marketing research and opinion political opinion polling sampling baby echo nyame nka nyina mo why right enti Musa Dankwa of the global.
But for what ABP, ABP, primary slum will call. What's the Akasifo? Get your mon.
And come not a hair.
Whoa, Yarebe Kum, my also who now come for me. Yes,
sir.
Bofa, quote me anywhere.
That's saying.
Yarebe Kum to wa, and I said, Boa, also who now come for me.
Una come for me.
Katie Bekofi.
Hani ko yina man kofi. Nipa na bim fu ya wode ni ko bim fu ya disqualify no. Ya se wo waba, wo be develop, wo ba be nature constituency. Wo the pickups aba. Ya to aba ni ya to ama wa na abu afu no asa be je pickups no. It this time no say man ko ama.
They will not dare disqualify Benfo. Wouldn't be.
Ya disqualify na fe no ko appeal.
You see, Benfo, these are the tactics KT have been running in the constituency.
Umpe bemfu asem na nka pe bemfu asem dia wo NDC ni dia wo na ugina mu ama no
No,
so ka ya na grof e de jaka
I think
he's a young man.
e de jaka na wo NDC ni dia ye de na pe bemfu
He's a young man.
No, JMP no from one kasa say if they are one kasa why one kasa was say one one
and I believe that both NDC and PPP, if we get more young men to go to parliament, it's good for the nation.
Young men are wakon about
look at the horrible
who young men are fena who amale be do go pussy ga fena kwa ko pe bi dia ba be pege I know don't pray a pavement road the here in Samamu and then the pavement road now I know don't pray hospital road no Uye road na say your block road na do a diversion Usane eko and some hospital Usane dia police station ho no Ube right na dia ye fence hospital signboard ba kokura nsi ho se wo kon some hospital attend right enti wa hwa je se taxi fo bi na gina junction ho je se bi agina bu taxi fo no se ehim fa some hospital ho no maka se fa right ha o fa right na wo kwa then at a point no e kwan na si if say anodom pre afi na odim de ka he for sian da roma so ba be ye kwan na mo mo oba kwan na mo so a yemfa diversion si was 10 left
or 10 right
enti eno so no udu an managers waka na fe wo hwe ba bia ka na free ba bebre no a no 10 left edi o machi and then uko just about 150 meters abesa 10 right enti eno so signboard BNC was a diversion uko and some government hospital ahasi afi dia uko fa sa right ho a ena yedi eye quarry sand agu form ena yedi pavement blocks agugugugu wunya ba bi mfa nansi and I'm said another brother busa driver ba go say na the pavement near to osibo e for sia da room and another brother was he for sia da room another brother pavement road
who's the man of
2024 a case here among
a case here song
2024 no ekuta 3 hours and 1 C
3 hours
and 1 C
you are going to dance agreements about say 3 hours I just say
a recovery the second hour first hour a recovery first scene on same 51 a change then have redemption.
Recover, change for redemption.
Exactly.
Damn.
And retaliation.
And then you retaliate.
Exactly. That's the last hour. So, people are seeing their political graves being shallowly dug before them. And you're more desperate.
If you just say, as independent EPM. Omo chama na you a file awie na independent na yiri na independent so ono ani bottom ni po and some be see
already our pinnacle fund the political career no only query no claim 17 cause what is in parliament
18 kra wo mu nyina de omo pe
no but there's this young man or I think West Legon. This Amankwa guy.
Amankwa, yes.
What is qualifying? So you see, when Metsa Amankwa is, quickly, or remind them of what they did to me in 2008. You see, part of seems they are not ready to learn. Because 2008, disqualification, after the first round, NDC win a majority in parliament. So going to second round, Ghanaians for today, if NDC have had majority in parliament and for presidential, what two about my mass lead was my Professor Massimo. And I think they've not learned that lesson. Even in the last election, 2020 election, disqualification, now you sacco, now we can't work with you no more.
Oh, this time I'm saying out of 400 and something, you move 27 and you disqualify them.
I mean, what and some, I mean, this young man, I'm a say, because he's a young man. Oh no! Also, it was a former youth organizer of the party.
Kofodia ni the nipa dasania sign a document na mano. Any a petition yes say impersonation be akoso. Then nipa no so Simon you on sign the man. And also how? E wana your petition your free case. Nipa no Simon near friend no. Ura. Ade wu na sign and answer. I say be also on kaise or Simon. Na ye de gina so na they disqualify.
Oh. This word, eh?
And you know, politically, no. A day and you did mamma more could trust our rockets away.
Yeah.
So what should be any must sign idea, man? Now what was that down? I know some men, Kaiser, sign.
It was planned. It was planned. Yeah, it was planned. Yeah.
Make us say, no, Anya, delegation in your bin to and in it. It is an Kubibano. We betray anyway yet. And a yes was had the executives, no, or be a fair, a yet 10,000 mema or more. So, it is a true the delegates, no, it is a pekakra. It is we are. What can be a no? One more Mujiji and Bibesaka. It is what G a Rani Sika, a signed document, man, a signed Daniel who say, Media mean Kaiser Simon. Nay, the yen a saw, a disqualify a Rano. I'm Pinibeko, Bafibeko.
Yeah.
Tabafi Korea. Wo woni wunya meni awura no adien na beba montem blatant lies no you find adwuma
and I told you that such people now was a smart politicians those who steal and those who lie until Ghana yo baby yo because we glorify in Zamabon, Yamon, Yeshon, Kutuman, 1 year the Mazinti, Ibia Zakoshi. That is why politicians would your platform no to Zakoshi. Some of them were joining politics when Yakoshi. This game is the
1958
or the Zakoshi.
Na Kwabnapi, Vitusu Kakujina Guna, and CP before Omania Bre, Yako challenge Vitusu, and Akwe, Ninyans, and our former Kakra. Some few minutes to 4 p.m. I be close to nomination. And a documentation, Shanamotuum. A Shanamotuum, and Ubiji did Granny see from home. We are master quarters. By the time you're watching a quality documentation, that you're close to nomination, and a Vitusu won't post. 1958 years, I dear way. Now, also, and then what in your sign will be document. A Quajisica said, Men, Kassam sign. If yes, baby, here to know Sabasan, Yenyayo. Your pass it down from Makunugana. Na Gunugana na ode eye araba bazen aba ama maba wano ede eye huko na kuya brabe cheche araba bazen no mu paninsam na mema wo mu de Mr. Kale na mo de edi dwuma pa bi na mo de kin tablet regulate na mo de atimi ama pressure agina so say kama eti Gunugana products na ode eba no eye wahima ku free me maame ono na wo ba betena se no ba ka che Nakuya, Avishapa.
I think committee. I think na ECG for major dum so.
Can you imagine?
O ma me ndi bro nya offer.
Sir. Oh, me de nran kwa na omudum mekania 6:30 p.m. and omoso no anopay be 4 a.m.
What?
Nrape.
6:30 p.m.
and omoso no ahomachin 4 a.m.
Without any notice, no prior notice.
No boni ben. Omonya bia ma onya dana do.
Offer 26 omudum light, 27 omudum light.
Na the light near day.
Offer. Now Christmas holiday bring us your doom light.
No one can hear you no so many bro nyane bi.
Say the kan ni ho a say ade a wonim de ade a woni de na woni.
Oh, to rechargeable lamps.
Offer munya sa ade na omo ye.
Oh, UCG. Oma ya ade.
Omunya hwe. Dum so ya na asha sie wofa.
Okay, dum so bi ani o. UCG ni water. Given the circumstances omo operating no. Ye mo mama so oma ya ade.
Wofa.
At least they are transforming. Why? Because utie
Ofantewie we de mema obi afihia pa na ya stress ya shafe ofrase no obi an momode hwe ne ho ye na yen try say be add value to our lives na say add value to our lives so dey na so oba bomode na osiesie wo ho kama ewie me de aba bazen na enam ɔse sɛ woyɛ ɔbaa na sɛ wobu nsa na sɛ ɛyɛ wo ya Michelle ɛnɛ me sa de na etwem yɛde wayɛ calendar baby a wote yi otiam ha yi no bi on sa abosome na aso no Michelle bɔmmɔde na kɔ na kɔpɛ ababaze na ekyi kwan na kɔpɛ bi to odi obu nsa na odi no eni no enye I mean we have a usual way looking if it doesn't look like that if it is dark if it's offensive we say nka kakra na ade wo mpacho da bi kɔna kɔpɛ ababaze na ekyi kwan na nom na wo ba wo de wenya edepua ana white ana candidacies me sho kona kope ababas na ekyi kwan na nom ubu nsa na se moja na eba dodododo obi hu ase ya ma o ya abortion e ma obi nguwe ma se kona kope ababas ni bi na nom wo ye oba na se wo ne ukunu sia
abortion dey say word na twa different
termination hey I be like terminator
na omo kenka DNC any abortion any dilation encourage atwam abortion atwam termination
me pa cho you and say moja ni tu wo aka say bia o ye termination of abekume
by the neck
enti no kona kofa ababaz na chi kwan no oni wukunu hia na ontimi nya adwuma ba yo akofa akokra uka so okopra no uka okra cha say yes
akokra tipa
mejo kona kofa ababaz na ababaz enka wasem ewia ketekete enfa ma na sa wo de okra de say woni ahode won pem chese kojo to Michelle uyo ba emaye ngwe ni mase kona kopa ababaze ni bi no to opese owu awo ma Michelle kona kopa ababaze ni bi o message no adane thought ubu nene ochina emma this month about the flowing month emma I was about 7 days about 3-4 no emma Michelle kona kopa ababaze na chi kwan na wo de no de etwa kora 6 months hu message da also awonye munim de ekoso Michelle kona kopa ababaze ni bi na to eduro ya bobosu nyina no opedudo eto a obenya wo Kunlungana Limited omo East Legon na Champon Junction na obetimi afre won e wa homaturufo iso 0244139176 0244139176 ana 0204139176 0204139176 ana 0274139176 0274139176 unam leading pharmaceutical shop bia herbal shop any chemical shops bia e wo Ghana ubenya edro ibi so ato wofa
asem papa no executive chef filer sisi awano aduane na wi 227 hours
that's 10 days
10 days into why there now can you cook at all?
I can cook. I really can cook.
Maba. Also bet me noise bana.
But my needs ban pa.
Enyim na.
No of who many me hu dem needs ban ya.
Okay.
Over. Na say Why try ma.
Onu yewie na as one entity a buzando betimi aya.
Ofa idibana motuma ye idibana merenyin me ma idibana bia merenyin wo fie me ma menu e bibia menim ye.
So ehuna. Catch 22.
What I mean?
Inti executive chef filer ya na ase papa. Well show sisi as we demonstrate there. E wari soja nya. Tenacity, energy. Okodo.
If I was wondering.
Inti misiafo one wada soja fo. Na wari soja nya. Tenacity, energy. Obekodo.
Okodo. Ni police one man soja training.
One man soja training.
Charlie.
Na peda ye peche so da intimi nye bibi aso na wari radio presenter.
Why?
Okay, final comment. Final comment.
Yeah, me final comment in there. Now I'm 2024 elections are the most important elections. Considering the economy system we do no on ye. Say ye nyo obi a owo nyimizi sonko bi obaye bibri sonko a ye bida. Na obobo my economy na gina oba ha wa adwene pa. Na meka bibi there say fa oye omampanyin na obotwom ko Mr. Mahama no nyene na abede che wenye baby ko wenye no baby ko oye owura misata abira woko IMF economy sha said nzamare say na woko IMF no one reason was the IMF for catch Ghana for nye there nzama no bo amanoni akofom no che the external factor no ho economy no economy as the IMF na ehwe Nanado no onye Dr. Bawumia so a also since was the IMF the same external factors one kasa one reasons a woman na the question maybe someone there as a man we share Mr. Mahama Ninsa for the next 4 years na say prices of international commodities of fall biowa onye nkwa IMF biowa na
okay
and also say this share oya Dr. Bawumia Ninsa let's say a crazy baby because a crazy you don't have control a crazy baby and also a pandemic be a poor baby no wa ba kahena and onye nkwa IMF na now I'm saying this to say there you be a obutu ha bibi so nka obama economy why is so strong there whether it is war elsewhere whether it is pandemic no the economy will able to withstand the shocks na yetum na yakoyenyim and if you consider as I said the fact there Mr. Alan Chamanten why first things first
okay
by putting forward a plan obejinado obafado no oza amagana akonenyim ama yanko IMF bill because as a nation yako IMF 17 times
okay
he wants to end it that is why he has put forward GTP
right Amaliba in 10 seconds
over utien someone afanto for kind no more come in now and let me say this from the onset we shouldn't deceive ourselves utie lanche Martina Okasa or just the tall version of Mampini Kufuado nothing new Adekukufo Adedanana or than from Ghana Beyond A to GTP the same stuff
they are not the same
the same stuff
they are not the same
over.
Please stop it
What we are saying is that we cannot continue to sleep 16 hours out of the 24 hours and expect to have something happening differently in our lives as well.
Okay.
No.
Right.
That is why 24-hour economy is very, very prominent.
Okay.
It's not feasible.
Yamfa Asada and Farmer Ebo Backman of the
it's
movement
not feasible
for change.
within the context of our economy.
Ebo Backman, free movement for change. The Nasiswa Baye, Amaliba of the NDC. The Nasiswa Baye. This is the first day of 2024. Memanti ADAKABRI Mamudu Usu Mama Betnasi Enra. Maybe a makwafu eso ebebetnase. Isabri we say ebe sorry. Yes sorry no. Na Ulakoku Michael oni Abraham Oye ana DJ Foreigner ana die betwaso. Aseda koma opanyi kojuda meado. Ana eye Majero say Ajman ana nanakwe friye. Na technical production so dem. Abra Prima Bankro one na ya Safo. One NC na so. But for now there DJ Foreigner ana etiemu.